We start off with highlights from the area meet with the girls' discus throw. Moving on to regionals from Westlaco. In fourth place, Gia Cavazos. In third place, bringing home the bronze from Harlingen South, Otomari Vidano. From Los Fresnos, Ashley Moniz with the silver. And your gold medalist and area champion from Edinburgh with a throw of 120.01, Brianna Sanchez. And the boys, the discus throw. Fourth place goes to Christian Cortez from Harlingen South. In third place, Benjamin Ruiz, also from Harlingen South. In second, from Harlingen South as well, Chase Harrell. And your area champion from Edinburgh, representing the Bobcats, Jorge Ayala. Girls, shot put action. Fourth place from Edinburgh, Economidi, Lizette Ramirez. In third, bringing home the bronze from San Benito, Daniela Peña. In second place, from Los Fresnos, Alejandra Garcia. And with a throw of 38.06, your area champion from Edinburgh, representing the Lady Bobcats, Brianna Sanchez. Boys, shot put action. Fourth place, from Vela, Colby Gibson. In third place, with the bronze from Harlingen South, Chase Harrell. In second place, also from Harlingen South, he gets the silver, Andrew Ott. And your area champion from Edinburgh with a throw of 59.06, Jorge Ayala. Taking a look now at the long jump. We'll start off with the girls. In fourth place, from Rivera, Ashley Hinojosa. In third place, for Westlaco, Lisa Marie Sanchez. Bringing home the silver, also from Westlaco, Emma Arndt. And with a jump of 17 feet from Westlaco KWES, Brisa Guzman, who is your area champion. In the boys' long jump, moving on to regionals from Harlingen, Eric Quintalan. From Edinburgh, Vela, Victor Segovia places third. Your silver medalist from Harlingen, Jose Garcia. And your area champion from Westlaco High School with a jump of 22 feet, half an inch, Devin Dena. Moving on to the girls' triple jump. Moving on to regionals, fourth place finisher from Westlaco, Emma Arndt. From Westlaco KWES, placing third, Brisa Guzman. In second place from Harlingen South, Caroline Granum. And your area champion with a jump of 35.03 from Westlaco, Lisa Marie Sanchez. Boys triple jump action. Moving on to regionals, fourth place finisher from Edinburgh, Jaime Zamora. In third place from Los Fresnos, Daniel Denny. In second place, winning the silver from Edinburgh Vela, Victor Segovia. And your area champion from Westlaco High School with a jump of 44.08, Gabriel Gonzalez, your area champion. Taking a look at high jump action, fourth place finisher from Edinburgh, Janissa Santa Maria. From Edinburgh Vela, finishing in third, Isabella Villarreal. Your silver medalist from Harlingen, Amber Leyva. And from Harlingen, with a jump of 5.02, Sabrina Todd, your area champion. Moving on to the boys, high jump. In fourth place, moving to regionals, Nathan Gutierrez. In third place, from Donna North, Juan Alvarez. In second place, from Harlingen, Caden Feeks. And your gold medalist, the area champion, with a jump of 6.04 from Edinburgh Villa, Noah Trevino. Girls pole vault action, fourth place finisher from Harlingen, Carla Chavez. Finishing in third from Westlaco, Stephanie Almazan. From San Benito, Alicia Nunez is your second place finisher. And your area champion from Harlingen South with a vault of 9 feet, Daniela Maximo. Boys pole vault action, in fourth place from Harlingen South, Sammy Ruiz. Picking up third from Edinburgh North, Jose Zamora. Bringing home the silver medal from Harlingen, Ethan Reyes. And your area champion, bringing home the gold from Edinburgh Villa, Nicholas Larson.
First call, girls 4x100 meter relay. Report to get your hip numbers. First call, boys 4x100 meter relay. All anchors report to get your hip numbers. At this time, we ask everybody to please stand and remove your caps for our national anthem. At this time, I'd like to welcome everybody to District 31 and 32 6A Track and Field Area Championships at Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium. The running events are scheduled to start at 5 o'clock with the girls 4x100 meter relay. We ask that all coaches and non-participants please leave the infield area at this time. All curve judges, please report to your stations. Second call, girls 4x100 meter relay. At this time, all timers report to the timer stand. All timers report to the timer stand. Third and final call, girls, 4 by 100 meter relay. Report to the clerk of the course for a uniform check. Second call, boys, 4 by 100 meter relay. Will the timers from Edinburgh North, Edinburgh Vella, Donna North,
at the third.
a reminder to all athletes, after your race, the top 4 finishers and regional qualifiers are to report to the award stand for your medals. Will the timers from Edinburgh North and Donna North please report to the timer stand? Here are your lane assignments for the girls 4 by 100 meter relay. In lane 1, Edinburgh Vella. In lane 2, Harlingen South. In lane 3, Harlingen. In lane 4, Hannah. In lane 5, Weslaco. In lane 6, Weslaco East. In lane 7, Los Fresnos. In lane 8, Edinburgh. The area meet record for this event was set in 2017 from the team from Weslaco High School. Their time was 48.99. First call, girls 800 meter run. Please report to the table on the south end zone for your hip numbers. First call, boys 800 meter run.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium for the area meet. Carlos Robledo along with Mike Gonzalez for this broadcast here on KWES YouTube. We hope that you stick with us here for the next couple of hours, because on the schedule it says here that this thing is going to go fast and furious, and we should be ending around 7:45, 8 o'clock. We will see. But already, Mike, the action started earlier today with the field events, which started right around 10 o'clock in the morning.
Right at 10 o'clock in the morning. Great competition there. Great thing about this meet, Carlos, is that this is only the 7th year area championships. Most of the meets have been here in Weslaco. All 6 years, the Weslaco High girls have won it. So they're aiming to win their 7th straight. Will the streak remain alive? We shall see. They're already off to a good start with the field events. However, on the boys' side, Carlos, it's going to be a great race. We have Harlingen High, we have Harlingen South, who dominated the field events, and both those schools were co-district champs out of 32 6A. And then you have 31 6A with Edinburgh Vela winning district, followed by a rock-solid Weslaco Panther team that was not far behind in second place in district. So watch out for those 4 teams on the boys' side. But looking forward to it, Carlos. We're going to have the top 4 qualify for regionals. And that's always a special time of year for these athletes, for these track stars.
We have the 31 6A, the top 4 from the 31 6A and the top 4 from the 32 6A, who are going back and forth here in this area meet. Of course, there's been other area meets that have taken place across the Rio Grande Valley this week already, with some of the 5A schools have. We're getting ready for the 4x100 meter relay, which will be girls first, followed by the boys. All 8 lanes will be occupied, because we have, like I said, 4 and 4. The top 4 from 31 6A and the top 4 from 32 6A, which is interesting, though, because a lot of the Weslaco schools have competed against the Harlingen schools and Brownville schools.
And that's a great thing about that, Carlos, being out of Weslaco, is that with the realignment, you have Weslaco bouncing from 31 6A to 32 6A, and some realignments to even 36A some few years back. So they are familiar with one another. And just when you see like Harlingen South, Harlingen High, Los Fresno, San Benito, those are familiar foes from district play, and now we see them in the area championships.
All right, in lane 1 here in the 4x100 meter relay, it'll be Edinburgh Vela. In lane 2 will be Harlingen South. Lane 3 will be Harlingen. In lane 4, you have Hannah. In lane 5, Weslaco. In lane 6, Weslaco East. And in lane 7, Los Fresnos. In lane 8, Edinburgh with the Lady Bobcats. Top qualifying time. In lane 3, the team from Harlingen.
And Weslaco High School has the record, which was set in 2017, that consisted of runners Sydney Salinas, Eleanor Arndt, Chantel Hernandez, Elida Hernandez, all great athletes that came through our school system.
Top qualifying time for Harlingen. You got running the first part of the leg, Valeria Cruz. Then you go to Tanisha Wiley. Alyssa Barnes will run third, and then your anchor will be Jaden Barber for Harlingen. It's been a little bit windy, Mike. It started off the day very nice and calm, low humidity, got a little cool front that blew through, and then right at about 11:30, the wind started coming in from the north.
Exactly, Carlos. We got a cool front, I guess, early this morning, late last night. In the other track meets we've had here, we've had 3 of them. This is our 4th one. The wind would come from the south to the north, but today it's coming from the north to the south. So I think our viewers will notice that a lot of the short events like the 100 meters, the 200 are going to go from north to south, because that's where the direction the wind is going, and that's always a plus for the runners, and that's what the coaches would like.
Yeah, and that second leg, that's where you're going to have the girls running very hard against this strong wind. Got to be about 25, 30 miles per hour. All right, so here we go. Clean start here in the girls 4x100 meters relay to start off the area meet. Clean handoff for the second. They'll go to the third leg here as Harlingen trying to make up the stagger. They are the favorites, or at least the top qualifying time. Weslaco looking good so far here. Now in the third leg. They'll come down the final 100 meters with an opportunity. Top 4 going to regionals in San Antonio. This is Emma Arndt for the Weslaco Lady Panthers in first place. Coming up right by her, that is, I believe, Hannah. And Hannah looks like they're going to edge out Weslaco. And running for the Hannah Lady Eagles, Jacqueline Mora in first place goes to Hannah.
Oh, great job there by Jacqueline Mora, the anchor for Brownsville Hannah, over surpassing Emma Arndt. That's no easy task there, Carlos. It looked like Weslaco was in control after the first handoff. Lisa Marie Sanchez got a pretty good lead there and then handed it off to Calissa Cavazos there. And then once it went to Emma Arndt, I mean, you felt your chances were pretty good if you're Weslaco High. Winning the race, but I tell you what, Mora really did an outstanding job surpassing Arndt there. As we see the replay, I mean, check out Mora there.
And you'll see what happened to Harlingen. Did not get the handoff, Mike, in lane 3, so it was a battle in lane 4 and 5 between Weslaco and Hannah. They'll come in first and second, Hannah. Weslaco, let's see who comes in third. Weslaco out of the or Harlingen out of the picture. It looked like it was Vela in lane 1 that picked up third.
Right, it did look like Edinburgh Vela in lane number 1. That would be Monica Garza, the anchor for the relay team that came in third. We didn't quite get to see who came in fourth in the replay, but we'll announce the results throughout the broadcast.
Yeah, officially we'll have the results and the times that'll be given to us as the meet continues. But you can see 1, 2, 3. It was Hannah, Weslaco, and Vela, and the miss handoff to the anchor leg for the Harlingen Lady Cardinals. So congratulations once again, Hannah Lady Golden Eagles, your area champions in the 4x100 meter relay. Okay, up next we will have the boys action coming up, and we'll take a look to see what lane assignments we have here. It'll be San Benito in lane 1, in lane 2 Harlingen South, in lane 3 Weslaco East. With the top qualifying time, well, not exactly the top qualifying time, but Weslaco East. Then you have Weslaco High School in lane 4. In lane 5, Harlingen. In lane 6, Edinburgh Vela. In lane 7, Los Fresnos. And in lane 8, Edinburgh Economides.
Get off of the rail.
Once again, San Benito, Harlingen South, Weslaco East, Weslaco, Harlingen, Edinburgh Vela, Los Fresnos, and Edinburgh Economides.
Record time is 42.46, set back in 2014 from Los Fresnos High School. And looking at the seating time, Carlos, so you got Weslaco High at 42.54 and then Harlingen at 42.69. So it's just something to keep an eye on,
We are ready, Mr. Starter.
with perhaps a chance to break that record.
All right, so yeah, the lanes to look out for, 2, 3, and 4. Harlingen South, Weslaco East, Weslaco. And Harlingen will also be right there in lane 5. But anything can happen in the area meet. You know, this is, you got to think about when they start these meets. They start in February, but this is really when they should be peaking as far as their bodies and how well they do, what they've learned. And we have a clean start here in this one. So anything can happen at this time of the season. And it looks like that's Weslaco picking up the stagger. That's Joe Maldonado. He'll hand off there to Devin Denna for the Weslaco Panthers. And we'll go to the third part of this race, the third leg, and around the curve. Weslaco right now in first place as they come down the stretch, final 100. And racing down, that's KJ Jones for the Weslaco Panthers, holding on to the lead. Harlingen coming on strong, and the Cardinals take it. Harlingen, that's Jose Garcia with a strong leg there, surpassing Jones. Harlingen first, Weslaco in second. We'll have to go to the replay for third and fourth, but a nice strong race there, Mike.
Absolutely, Carlos. And when we saw how great Harlingen is and why they've had a lot of success the last couple of years in the running events,
Your
especially.
regional
And
qualifiers
Jose
in the
Garcia
girls
just came out of nowhere and just surpassed KJ Jones there. The Weslaco's relay team won district a few weeks ago, but I tell you what, Harlingen's squad with an outstanding finish there, led by Garcia there. We see that last handoff to all anchor. You see KJ Jones still ahead there by a few feet, but watch Garcia make his move right here. And just look at the burst of energy and the burst of speed he has, his determination, just getting by KJ Jones. That's just awesome there. And put their heads down and get the top finish there. And KJ Jones wants to go second. It looks like Vela's in third. So we'll see the official results when we get them in.
All right, so that'll do it for the 4x100 girls and boys. Moving on now to the girls' 800-meter run, which will be coming up next as they line up on the track and get ready for the next event. But they are right now on the podium honoring, as you get a good look right there, of the strong run by Harlingen and their anchor man, Jose Garcia. Hannah right there in first place once again. Second place, Westlake, Ohio in the 4x100. Vela in third. And that is Westlake KWES, who is in fourth. So all these teams, congratulations. All moving on to regional competitions, which will take place in a couple of weeks in San Antonio.
And I got me the official results that we just saw the girls right now on the podium. 400-meter relay. In fourth place was Westlake East Carlos, so congratulations, Lady Wildcats qualified for regionals. In third place was Edinburgh Vela. Second place was Westlake High School. And your first place winner with a time of 50.24 is Brownsville Hannah.
800-meter run coming up next. Twice around the track, so that'll be an interesting run as well. We talked about Westlake. They've done really well. I know the Westlake boys won in the triple jump and in the long jump in the field events. And the girls, they fared a little bit better, winning some events as well. And I know that you'll go through some of those results from the morning. And Westlake, once again, the Lady Panthers, 8 straight district championships, trying to win an area title here.
Yeah, just a dynasty that Pablo Marguet and the program has here at Westlake High School. I mean, when you think of all the success they've had, you kind of wonder, where do they put all those trophies? That's a lot of hardware that they've brought to the school here. And, you know, with that, Carlos, also comes a little bit of pressure because, hey, you know, you don't want to be the team that stops that streak. And so that's the motivation that the girls have. And, I mean, we were out here earlier in the week. We saw them practice and going after it. And you know, they have a routine. And they know what it takes to capture championships here, and that's the expectations here on the boys side. They actually won the 2017 area championship, so their motivation is we want to get that hardware back. And so I think both coaches feel pretty good.
Anyone that drives around Westlake, you always see our teams, whether it's Westlake East or Westlake High, running out early in the morning. I always see the girls early in the morning, right around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, running up and down, what is this?
Pike Boulevard, Panther Drive, all the way around.
Panther Drive, going down Border as well. And so they're dedicated. And those are not mandatory. Those are volunteer workouts that they go through. I know with the girls, in talking to them, they've said that. And so it takes a lot of hard work, and they've come through. And from talking to Coach Amaged, the cupboard has more. There's more in the pantry.
No, absolutely.
They got more athletes coming up at the 8th grade level. He's talked about some. At the freshman level, at the JV level, he's got the girls, because Lisa Marie Sanchez is going to be. She's a senior. I'm not sure about MT Ebar, but I think she's also one of those that could be moving on already. But some of these girls will be graduating. I know Emma Arndt, she's just a sophomore, so she'll be back for a couple of more years. So the Lady Panthers will be reloading for next year.
And the great thing, Carlos, is that Pablo has been the head coach here for over 20 years, and so the system is in place, and he's gotten to know these kids. I'm sure he's followed these kids since they were in elementary and in middle school, so he knows exactly what they bring to the table. So by the time they come into the program in high school, he knows exactly where to put them, and that's what's great about having a head coach like Pablo Armaguer, that not only is very successful, is a former athlete himself, and is a district champion, and did very well in high school, but as a coach, he knows exactly what to do, coming from that Jimmy Platt pedigree, and that's the reason why they do so well. And I mean, he told us flat out that these girls, they get after it, they know what it takes, and they love what they do, because that kind of dedication, the kind of workouts they have, I mean, it's not for everybody, Carlos, and so you got to have an athlete that loves to run, that have a passion for the sport. And fortunately, it's worked out, and they've had a lot of success, and they've taken a lot of girls to regional and even state over the years.
You want to take us through the boys 4x100 meter relay results before we move on to the 800?
Very quickly, the boys 4x100 meter relay results are: 4th place, Harlingen South; 3rd place, Edinburgh Vela; 2nd place, Wesco High School; and 1st place winner with a time of 42.61 is Harlingen High School. Congratulations.
All right, so moving on to the 800, and M&T Ebarb just notified by Joy Aguilar, who is listening, that M&T is just a sophomore, so she's got a couple of more years to be running, and she is going to be running in this event right here in the 800 in lane, well, she'll have that first position, M&T Ebarb. From Edinburgh Vela, you'll have Liliana Perez. In Edinburgh North, Stephanie Puente. From Los Fresnos, you have Gethsemane Garcia. You will also have from Rivera, Bethany Guzman. Edinburgh Condominies, Dianette Garcia. From Harlingen, Brianna Rivas. And in the outside, they have them here as lane 8, and she'll be in the outside lane there from Hannah. And this is Russia Pyle from Hannah. So this will be the 800 meter run.
Right. Record time was set back in 2013. 2:15.59 by Brownsville Hannah's Kayla Rodriguez.
You can see the flags here, so wind will play a factor in this game and this run of the 800 meters. And you can see Ebarb out in the lead. She has to stay out in that outer lane until she passes her mark, and that has been done. So she now takes the inside lane, and she has a good lead here on the rest of the pack.
And I mean, we saw Ebarb a few weeks ago just making things look so easy in her competition. And I remember telling Joe that sometimes as a runner, when you have that kind of lead, it's basically you against yourself here. But I mean, the stakes are a little bit higher here. So I'm sure there's a certain mindset that she has to maintain that focus and not maybe come overconfident there. I mean, but right now she's in great shape as we finish the first lap.
One of the advantages of running here at Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium is you have the big clock that is on the screen right in front of you. And so you can kind of keep track. If you're an athlete going around this track, you can keep track of your time by looking up at that clock, which is a great advantage instead of looking down at your watch.
Right.
And that'll kind of, like you said, you have to stay self-motivated. That's a great motivation right there for the person that's ahead.
Yeah, and that's a great point, Carlos, because when they practice, the coaches have those stopwatches, and they let them know where they're at after that first lap. So I'm sure they're going, the clock is kind of going in through their mind a little bit of where they're at. And then, as you mentioned, Carlos, as they come down the stretch here and they see that clock, they kind of see where they're at as far as their pace is concerned. And then they know exactly when to raise it up a few more notches. And I'm sure that's what we'll see from Emily Ebarb as she finishes here.
All right, so here's Ebarb, final 100 meters to go, well ahead of everyone else. I mean, no one is even close to her as Ebarb coming in down the stretch, going to be the area champion, moving on to regionals. And the race for second and third, it's going to be, it looks like Bella in second and Westlake East coming in third place, as the other girls finish here the 800-meter run, Ebarb, your area champion for the Weslaco Lady Panthers. And you talk about getting some points and trying to win that area championship. That's a big win for Pablo Almaguer and for the team as Ebarb crosses the line first.
Right, and I did have a chance to talk to Coach Almaguer before the meet, and he told me that his goal was to come into the running events with at least a 20-point lead. Well, they scored over 40, and in second place was, he believed, was Los Fresnos with about 16. So they're already in great position
to defend that title.
Defend that title there. As you see the replay there, and you see the great thing about a runner like Emily Ebarb is just look at the gap she has between her and then the rest of the runners. You see, it's one of those situations where you have Ebarb and then everybody else. It's just making it look so easy. I mean, just look at her run and just has that rhythm and focus and just kind of make it look easy. See her look at the scoreboard there and finishes strong.
And she finishes with the win, right. Final 100 with the win. She also was involved in the field events, doing the long jump and the triple jump. So she's been out here already earlier in the morning, absorbing some sun. Then she had a chance to break. Yeah,
and we had a great shot there in the last part of the replay of Coach Stroman applauding her for her efforts and congratulating her as she finished the finish line. Coach Stroman was recently hired as a new football coach and athletic coordinator here at Weslaco.
All right, so the boys coming up next. We'll take a look to see for the boys in lane 1, we'll have Julian Tavares. In lane 2, be Jerry Nino from Vela. Then we'll go to Antonio Sanchez from Weslaco. Azael Reyes from Donna North. Abraham Maldonado from Weslaco East. Eric Lopez from Harlingen South. Ivan Montaña from Harlingen. And Sam Zamora from Hanna, who is just a freshman.
Record was set back in 2014 with a time of 1:56.38 by PSGA Memorial's Victor Munoz.
And going out to a quick lead here is Julian Tavares. So Tavares of Rivera with the head of the pack here on this 2-lap race, the 800-meter run in the area championship. As Tavares is your favorite here in this race with a qualifying time of 1:56.57.
Girls 800-meter runners.
He is the favorite to win this one, and he's increased his lead. He was, maybe about 10 meters up, and now he's way up ahead, about another 30, 40 meters up ahead.
And behind him is Antonio Sanchez in second place, but there's a few runners back there that are making a move there.
So Tavares about to hit the curve here with a good lead, healthy lead here for Tavares.
Sit down, please. Take your seat, please.
Tavares down the stretch.
You guys in the
And it's going to be an easy win for the young man from Rivera. Tavares here in second. You'll see it on the screen here momentarily. Second place.
Looked like it was Vela.
There was a pack there of runners, and it looked like could have been Vela sneaking in there for second.
Yeah, Jeremy Nino, in the last 10 yards or so, 10 meters, was able to get by Antonio Sanchez there to finish second place for the silver medal.
So Tavares,
and here are your regional qualifiers in the girls.
Congratulating the other runners. That was
in fourth place,
Weslaco and Edinburgh Vela.
Third place from Rivera.
And a nice run for Tavares.
Second place from Edinburgh Vela.
Once again, just like Ebarb, Tavares able to cruise home to the gold medal.
Yeah, making it look pretty easy. They pretty much had control of the race after the first, maybe third he pretty much controlled the whole. But watch this right here, Carlos. This right there.
Vela Westlaco.
Vela and Westlaco, yeah. Jeremy Nino was able to get by Antonio Sanchez in the last 5 meters.
So they'll be moving on to regional competition. There was a time you win district or you get first or second in district. Things have changed, and those only the top 2 would go on to regional competition. Now it's the top 4 move on to area competition, and then the regional competition. It's not mandatory. It's really up to the region, whether it's in the Rio Grande Valley, Austin, San Antonio, whether you want to have an area meet.
Right.
And the Valley has decided that they want to give your top 4 from each district an opportunity to have another race. In talking to some of the coaches, they like that. It's an opportunity to work a little bit more, to stay focused, especially this time of the year. You got Easter. We have a 4-day weekend coming up for those that work in the school district and the students as well. This gives the athletes something to focus on.
Yeah, I believe there's a committee involved, and they talk about it, and then they get the coaches involved, just so that way everybody can stay on the same page and make sure there's an agreement with all this, because these are pretty big decisions here, and so yes, overall I think the coaches are satisfied with everything, and it has been it's been pretty successful with everything, and I think the coaches are happy with it. It gives another opportunity for loved ones to see their kids participate and run.
So the area meet been a very good success here in the Rio Grande Valley. Top 4 moving on, and we have the next will be the 100-meter hurdles. Mike, tell me about those official results.
Okay, we'll start with the girls' 800-meter run. In 4th place was Stephanie Puente out of Edinburgh North. In 3rd place was Bethany Guzman out of Brownsville Rivera. In 2nd place was Liliana Perez out of Edinburgh Vela. And your 1st place winner with a time of 2:19.04 was Amity Ebarb out of Westlaco High School. And then now I have the results of the boys' 800-meter run. In 4th place was Acel Reyes out of Donna North. In 3rd place was Antonio Sanchez out of Westlaco. In 2nd place was Jeremy Nino out of Edinburgh Vela. And your 1st place winner with a time of 1:58.03 was Brownsville Rivera's Julian Tavares. Congratulations.
All right, so they're setting up now for the 100-meter hurdles for the girls, and then the boys 110-meter hurdles following that. And now the girls are lining up. Let's take a look at the lane assignments.
Jeremy Nino. And your winner with a time of
in lane 1 will be Sydney Portillo from Harlingen. In lane 2 will be Carmen Mata from Economides. In lane 3, Devani Castillo from San Benito. And lane 4 will be Brianna Alex from Los Fresnos. In lane 5, Gabriela Solis from Edinburgh Vela. In lane 6, Priscilla Sanchez from Edinburgh North. In lane 7, Mia Moreno from San Benito. And in lane 8 will be Nayeli Peña from Edinburgh North. Nobody from Westlaco running in the 100 girls meter relay for those Westlaco fans. We also want to thank everybody who's watching from other school districts as well. Of course, this is a Westlaco ISD broadcast. KWES is the television station of Westlaco ISD, but we always try to broadcast for everybody who is watching this and give credit and recognition to whoever is winning, or the top 4, whether they go to Vela or they go to Edinburgh, Donna North,
or Brownsville,
or any of the 32 6A schools. So we welcome everybody who is watching this across the Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, those from Edinburgh, the Edinburgh schools, Donna North know what we're all about, coming here a few weeks ago in the district meet. But then you have like the Brownsville schools, Los Fresnos and San Benito, that are probably watching us for the first time this year. They probably tuned in last year in district and area. But so they're a little familiar with how we do this. And so welcome. And we encourage everybody to share our broadcast to their family and friends, whether they're back home in Cameron County or Upper Hidalgo County or in San Antonio, Houston, wherever any friends or loved ones are, to watch right now live.
So they run with the wind. They can switch it around. They can go in either direction, but in this event, they'll have the girls run with the wind because you see the strong wind of the flags and the shirts of the runners, of the girls as well, and that's just how strong the wind is. And so they'll be running from the north to the south, and so it'll be wind aided.
Right.
This particular race.
And being that it's only 100 meters, this is one of my favorite races to watch because it's a very quick race, and then they got to jump over hurdles. So there's a lot of strategy involved, from speed to jumping over hurdles. There's a certain rhythm you got to have. And it's a lot of strategies involved here. And I know in the other meets that we've been a part of and watched, we see some very competitive races. And being that this is the area championship, I expect it to be the same way here. And it's worth mentioning that the record holder in this event is Jalea Calvillo from Los Fresnos High School with a time of 15:20. That was set back in 2014. And if you notice, Carlos, in the seating time, Brianna Alex of Los Fresnos comes with a seating time of 14.38. So we might see some history here.
Yeah, you're exactly right. From Los Fresnos, Brianna Alex, top qualifying time of 14:38, well below the record by Jalea Calvillo of 15:20.
And being from it's the same high school, just perhaps they maybe have that little connection, and that's maybe something maybe that they've talked about throughout the year. Like, hey, you have the potential to beat this record, so that's going to be interesting to watch. And then also looking at the seating time, Carlos, there's nobody even close. We're talking about a whole second and a half for the next fastest seating time. But, of course, that's all it is, Carlos, is a seating time. You just never know once you run the real race.
Brianna Alex from Los Fresnos. She'll be in lane 4, so look out for her. By far the top qualifying time and an opportunity to break the area record. Girls, then boys. Here in this is the 100, and the boys run the 110 hurdles. Coming up right after this. Thursday, Holy Thursday, and tomorrow is Good Friday. So a lot of these student athletes will have the day off tomorrow, and I'm sure they're looking forward to that. All right, here we go. And so far, it is, as predicted, Alex for Los Fresnos. Brianna Alex out way ahead as she crosses, certainly in the 14s, Mike. We don't have the stop. It could be a new record. We'll wait for the official results.
Well, just from my vision, my look, it looked like she finished with just over 14 seconds, pretty much her seating time. And if that's the case, Carlos, then that is going to be a new record. I mean, she just flew by those hurdles after that first one. She didn't look back there.
100-meter runner,
surpassing everybody and making it look easy. Just outstanding rhythm and just a great race. Did a heck of a job jumping over those hurdles. Watch this, Carlos, just the way she's able to separate herself from the competition. And I tell you what, Edinburgh Vela there in lane number 5 also ran a good race, but it's just Alex. It's just in the league of her own here. Just, wow. That's very, very impressive.
The way she gets over the hurdle, so effortless and smooth. And you see everyone else has a little bit more of a struggle getting over the hurdle, and she does a great job, does Brianna Alex. The official results aren't in yet. They'll flash up on the board, and we'll also get them in here to see if it's a new area record. But she does certainly pick up first place. She is a senior, and with times like that, you got to look out, maybe moving on to the next level.
Absolutely. I mean, that's college material right there. I mean, that kind of finish, that kind of seating time. I mean, no doubt about that, Carlos.
And not only that, look out for her at the regional competition, which will be coming up in a couple of weeks, and possibly a state qualifier for Brianna Alex. Boys coming up next. The boys 110 meter hurdles as we await the official results in anticipation of perhaps a new area record. And so you get the instructions from the referees of the meet, and then they'll go out there to race. So let's take a look once again. The boys 110 hurdles. In lane 1 from Harlingen South, Randall Muro Lopez. In lane 2 will be Joey Villanueva from Economides. In lane 3 from Vela Victor Segovia. Segovia, he's a district champion in the triple jump and in the long jump. I remember that young man who was here a couple of weeks ago. And he also was qualified for area in, I believe, the triple and the long jump again. And then we have in lane 4, Nidia Duran, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. From Edinburgh North, Roel de Leon in lane 5. In lane 6 from Harlingen, Eric Quintalan. In lane 7 from Edinburgh North, Jonathan Reyes. And in lane 8 from San Benito, John Castro.
Yeah, you bring up Victor Segovia's name, Carlos. And yeah, I do remember him from a few weeks ago. Had outstanding races in district, and it's just a phenomenal athlete.
Very good athlete. Field events and also running events. Top qualifying time here is Nitya Duran from Harlingen South in lane 4. So look out for him. And Alexander Lara from 2017, a year ago, or 2 years ago, I should say, with a time of 14:59. I don't have where he's from, though, but the name sounds familiar.
Absolutely. Westlake High School.
There you go.
Speedster, yeah. He was a terrific runner.
He's the record holder in this event.
Right. And he was a member of the area championship from a few years ago. And if you notice, Carlos, with the boys, being that it is 110, they start a little further back than the girls. But not only that, Carlos, they raise the bars of the hurdles a little higher, where the girls are a little lower. So those two little things there that are different between the boys and the girls.
All right, so let's sit back and watch the 110 meter hurdles of the boys as they approach the starting blocks. Good start. And you see Harlingen South Duran in first place. Duran's going to take this one. And right behind him, Edinburgh North Roel de Leon in second place. And a whole mess of others in third and fourth. But it is Duran with a great race there for Harlingen South.
Yeah, we see all the high-fiving there. Congratulations to the runners there. It was a great race by Duran. Pretty much taking over the race after the first hurdle there. Did a great job. Nice, clean finish. Didn't have any problems. We see the replay there. Right off the bat, we see all the runners pretty close together, but Duran was able to separate himself. Nice and clean over the hurdles. Nice rhythm. Look at his focus and concentration. Putting his head down, finished strong there, followed by Edinburgh North. And third place is going to look pretty. Third place is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it may have been his teammate, Randall Muro Lopez from Harlingen South there, who came out with a third place or maybe Economides from with Joey Villanueva. Those two look like the top four. We'll wait for the official results.
I got the boys, girls 100-meter hurdles results here. Fourth place was Carmen Mata out of Edinburgh Economides. In third place was Devani Castillo out of San Benito. In second place was Gabriela Solis out of Edinburgh Vela. And your first place winner with a time of 14.25 is Brianna Alex out of Los Fresnos. And I believe the history was made, Carlos, with that finish. Yes, that's a new record, beating the 15:20 that was set back in 2014. So congratulations.
Shattered that record by almost a full second. Did Brianna Alex out of Los Fresnos.
And very quickly, Carlos, I'll give the team results up to this point here. We have Wesco High School after 10 events in first place with 75 points. In second place is Edinburgh Vela with 34. So that's a 41-point cushion that Wesco High has for the top spot. And then Edinburgh High School is in third place with 33 points, and in fourth place is Los Fresnos with 32. So you got second, third, and fourth right next to each other, but Wesco High dominating so far.
All right, so girls, 800 meters, that's what you saw on the podium right there. I'm sorry, those were the 100-meter hurdle girls that were on the podium, and we'll set up for the next race, which is the dash. The 100-meter sprint, girls 100-meter sprint coming up next, as the girls will line up here, a quick race. And let's take a look to see the lane assignments. In lane 1, Valerie De Leon of Edinburgh. In lane 2, Brianna Michelle out of Economides. In lane 3, you have Jaden Barber from Harlingen. In lane 4, Luisa Cruz from Los Fresnos. In lane 5, from Hannah, just a freshman, Jacqueline Mora. In lane 6, Faith Lara, she is from Rivera. In lane 7, Dana Selberg from Edinburgh Vela. And in lane 8, another freshman here from Vela, Zoe Casas. Top qualifying time, and that is in lane 4, Luisa Cruz out of Los Fresnos with a time of 12:40, Mike.
Okay, the record time is 12.23, which was set back in 2015 by Harlingen South, Sierra Peña.
A lot of Edinburgh schools in this one. Los Fresnos, Harlingen, Hannah, Rivera also here. Representing no West local schools for those for the WISD. The past two races. No, I know they have some sprinters, but nobody is running this race. Maybe they're saving the sprinters for the relays or for other events.
Exactly. And that's something Pablo has told me in the past couple of years in talking with him, and he'll tell me, like, especially right now that they have a big lead, where he'll rest some of his athletes for some of the bigger races later on, which they'll get more points. And so right now he's just kind of holding off on them. And right now Wesco High School is in great position, so there's really no need, as far as he's concerned, as putting anybody here and wear them down where there's bigger races ahead.
All right.
From Harlingen South, Nitai Duran.
Well, you know what? It's set. You had to qualify for these races. So
that's true.
They didn't have the juggling around like they do in
other meets, perhaps.
Like they do in other meets. All
Meet
right.
of Champions, Jimmy Platt. Yeah.
For those of you guys that are yelling at your screen right now, they can't. They had to qualify for this event. So Wesco didn't have anybody qualify for those for the hurdles in those two events, or this event as well. So the girls 100-meter dash coming up next, followed by the boys action.
And while we're rating, Carlos, I got the results of the boys' 110-meter hurdles. In fourth place was Randall Muro Lopez out of Harlingen South. And in third place was Victor Sigora out of Edinburgh Vela. And in second place was Roel De Leon out of Edinburgh North. And your first place winner with a time of 14.43 is Harlingen South's Nishia Duran.
12.23 seconds.
And after 10 events, for the team rankings, we have Edinburgh Vela in first place with 98 points. They're your 31.68 champions. In second place is Harlingen South with 58. And in third place is Harlingen High School with 56. And in fourth place is Wesco High School with 54 points. So Vela with a pretty good lead so far.
Yeah, the girls did pretty good in the field events, especially in the long jump where they had Weslaco girls had a third-place finisher and a second-place finisher in the long jump. Brisa Guzman from Weslaco East was the area champion in that event. They also, those were the two events where they did well, was in the long jump and in the triple jump as well. Triple jump, they picked up some points with Emma Arndt and Lisa Marie Sanchez winning the triple.
Yeah, Brisa Guzman, Carlos, with a big day, and she's the daughter of Coach Rene Guzman, the defensive coordinator for Weslaco KWES. We saw him a little earlier, sitting back here, and he's got to be a proud papa right now.
Yeah, we've watched Brisa since a freshman do really well. She's only a junior. She'll be back. We'll be Brisa for one more year, and she's done a tremendous job.
Right.
At district, she did well, and she continues to always impress us every single year.
Right, she's a member of the 4x100 meter relay as well. So that's great. That's awesome.
Gun is up.
All right, so here we go. Let's sit back now. Let's watch 100-meter dash, girls followed by the boys. Good start. Close race. Right here between Los Fresnos and Hannah Cruz and Mora. And pulling away there, it looks like Cruz from Los Fresnos, who was a top qualifier coming into this race. And there she is, winning the area championship, Luisa Cruz from Los Fresnos.
Your lane assignments for the boys 100-meter dash.
She came in with a seating time of
In lane 1 from
12.40.
Harlingen South, Caleb Solis.
Pretty
In
impressive
lane
run
2
there.
from Weslaco.
The way she pulled away there is the first 50 meters,
In
tight,
lane
all the
3
way.
from
Now,
Weslaco,
but
Second
watch
50 meters, she pulls away.
Watch Jacqueline Mora, Brownsville Hannah, staying with her. She's only a freshman. You know, very, very impressive. Staying with her the first half of the race, but then just watch
She pulls up.
Cruz
In
just
lane
take over the
6
race there the last
from
50
Weslaco,
meters, just
Joe
turning it up a few notches there and finish strong.
Looked like it was Harlingen to finish second, and Hannah, you see Mora, who had her hamstring either bandage or some type of wrap on it, and she seemed to pull up a little bit there towards the end. Might have had a little strain on that hamstring that came back. But a good race for Mora, or for Cruz, the senior from Los Fresnos, to pick up first place. Congratulations to her.
First call, boys, 4x200-meter relay.
Yeah, she sees herself on the scoreboard. Gets a little shy there, but
Takes some getting used to.
yeah, it does. But
Most of the athletes here in Westlake have gotten used to the being on the scoreboard and interacting with the crowd any way possible and all the cameras. All right, so the boys 100-meter dash. In lane 1 from Harlingen South, you have Caleb Solis. In lane 2, Jesus Hernandez from Weslaco. In lane 3 from Weslaco, Gabriel Gonzalez. In lane 4, you have from Harlingen, Jose Garcia, freshman. In lane 5, you have from Harlingen, another freshman, Pedro Luna. In lane 6, Joe Maldonado from Weslaco, who's a sophomore, by the way. And then you have two seniors here, Edinburgh Villa. In lane 7, Danny Enriquez. And in lane 8, from Los Fresnos, Isaiah Muniz.
the record is 10.83, which was set back in 2016 by Christian Perales out of Los Fresnos High School.
Top qualifying time is that freshman, one of the two freshmen from Harlingen, and that is Jose Garcia. The time of 10:61. He's your top qualifier.
I did not know he was a freshman. That's very scary. Oh, we saw him earlier.
Yeah, he's been around. He's been doing well in the
Wow.
track meets that he's been here in Westlaco, either Meet the Champs or I guess it was Meet the Champs when we first saw him.
If you remember a few years ago, Harlingen had an athlete by the name of, I believe, Leo Tienda is what I'm trying to remember. He played quarterback and was just a phenomenal athlete. And then years back, they had another guy who was a spectacular in the hurdles named Randy Bermea. And looks like this kid is the next one in line for Harlingen High School.
Yeah, Bermea went off to, well, he was part of that football team that went 4 deep into the playoffs. Went to Cal University of California to run track. I think he ended his career at UTSA. All right, so here we go. 100-meter dash. Look out in lane 4, Jose Garcia. False start. And they're going to say, I'm hearing from someone else saying that it was lane 1 that took off early. And is that an automatic GQ, or do they give them a warning?
That's what I'm wondering, Carlos. Being that this is the area championship, perhaps maybe they'll give them a warning, but it depends on the judges. They're the ones that make the call here.
Yeah, automatic disqualification. They're getting them ready for regionals and state competition. And so unfortunately for Caleb Solis, took off a little bit early. Kind of hard to tell, but the athletes do such a good job of really waiting for the start. It's rare that you see a false start.
And then you know what, Carlos? I mean, just looking at all these seating times, I mean, everybody's so close together.
Yeah.
I mean, Jose Garcia with a 10.61, but after that, you got like 11.02, you got 11.11, 11.14. Everybody's so close together. And so just coming into the race, everybody's just anxious to get going, and they just want to make sure that they start as soon as a gun sounds. And it's, you know, it's mind over matter, really. You just got to wait till that judge pulls the trigger up in the air, and then you can go. But it can be difficult, especially when the stakes are as high as this.
All right, so we'll try it again. Garcia in lane 4, your favorite. This time a clean start, and there you see Garcia pulling away, the freshman, heading to the finish line way ahead of everybody else. Certainly under 11. Going to be 10-something and maybe a PR for him. He's only going to get better being just a freshman. 3 Westco Panthers in that race, and Jose Garcia with a great run for the Harlingen Cardinals.
Third and final call, girls. 4 by 200-meter relay. Please.
Yeah, we see great sportsmanship there between Westco High School and Harlingen High School.
And he was also part of that relay team, Mike, that pulled away. And you'll see it once again. First, 25, 30 meters, and then just turns it to another gear.
It looks like Joe Maldonado in lane 6 finished in second place there.
And that's pretty good for a sophomore right there in Maldonado to pick up second place.
So congratulations to the young men there.
And he will be moving on, top 4, moving on to regional competition. And got to see it. You got to be happy if you're a Cardinal track coach. Perhaps if he plays football, there's your future right there. And not only that, but Pedro Luna, who was in lane 5, also
exactly
regional qualifier or an area qualifier, also a freshman.
Exactly, Carlos. That's exactly what I was going to say. If you're a coach there and you're looking at this and you have a Jose Garcia who's already dominating in the area around, and then you have a Pedro Luna who's right in the mix, also a freshman, that's just spectacular there. And the team are co-district champs. I mean, that's very, very scary as 4 years to come.
Up next, you'll see the girls lining up now here for the girls 4 by 200-meter relay as they will enter the track for the relay competition. This is when you'll see Westlaco get back into it as far as the girls action. They've been out for the past couple of races. And we'll have Weslaco representing here and Weslaco East in the next race.
Yeah, I got the results of the girls 100-meter dash. Fourth place was Brianna Mitchell out of Edinburgh Economides. Third place was Faith Lara out of Brownsville Rivera. In second place was Jaden Barber out of Harlingen High School. And your first place winner with a time of 12.22 is Luisa Cruz out of Los Fresnos High School.
Well, if that's 12:22, Mike, that's a new area record.
That's a new record. So congratulations to the young lady there.
Your regional qualifiers in the girls.
Also have the results of the boys 100-meter dash. In fourth place was Gabriel Gonzalez out of Weslaco High School. In third place, we were talking about Harlingen's kids, freshman, Pedro Luna out of Harlingen. Second place was Joe Maldonado out of Weslaco, only a sophomore. And your first place winner is a young freshman with a time of 10.30 is Jose Garcia out of Harlingen High School.
With a new area meet record.
And he also set a new record, Carlos,
from Los Fresnos,
beating the old time of 10.83.
Yep.
So great job there.
Getting some new records here. Wind aided, maybe a little bit, Mike. Because already with that wind behind him.
And the interesting thing, Carlos, is that we're in mid-April. Usually those cold fronts are long gone, really. Right about now is where we average about maybe 90 degrees or, above 90, maybe 92, 93 degrees here. But getting that late spring cool front, later the school year cool front, kind of surprises us a little bit. Wind blowing from the north to the south, and I think it's really helping these runners here up to this point.
It's a pleasant day. It certainly is. We can get 100-degree weather in April, most definitely, and May.
Absolutely.
But we've had a little bit of some late cool fronts as of late, and every once in a while we'll get them, and we just happen to have one this morning. It doesn't get very cold. It's a spring cool front, so it changes temperature for maybe a day, and then the next day we'll be back up into the 90s.
And the key, I think, to all that, Carlos, is that there is no humidity. It's just a pleasant day, nice and comfortable, a great day to be out here for a track and field meet. And I think the coaches and the athletes are very happy about that.
All right, so next race, girls 4x200-meter relay. Let's take a look at the lane assignments in this one as the girls set their blocks for this event. In lane 1, we'll have Rivera. In lane 2, Weslaco East. In lane 3, San Benito. In lane 4, we'll have Weslaco. In lane 5, Los Fresnos. In lane 6, got Edinburgh Economides. In lane 7 is Harlingen, and in lane 8 is Edinburgh.
The record was set only a year ago, Carlos, with a time of 1:43.23 by Weslaco High School's relay team of Jenna Martinez, Lisa Marie Sanchez, Chantel Barrera, and Amity Ebarb.
We will have one of those girls that is still running here. That's Jenna Martinez. She'll be running the first leg, then Lisa Marie Sanchez second. Third will be Emma Arndt. And in lane, or I should say the final leg, the anchor will be Alexa Davila, a freshman for Pablo Almaguer and the Lady Panthers.
Boys, 400-meter dash.
For Weslaco East, their runners are going to be Giovanna Casares. She'll be running first. Running second will be Brisa Guzman. Running third will be Itzel Rodriguez. And the anchor will be Giovanna Elizondo for the Lady Wildcats. Looks like the top qualifying time belongs to Weslaco. And they will be in lane 4, the Lady Panthers.
Had a chance, Carlos, to see a lot of these athletes about an hour and a half before the start of the meet working on those handoffs, which we'll see here in the relay. Something that is very, very important. Got to make sure that everybody's on the same page and that they're comfortable. making sure they're in their proper spots, where they're going to stand, where they'll be running actually and handing it off. Make sure the rhythm is there. Because now that we talk about the wind, that's going to be a factor here, so they kind of get adjusted to that.
Yeah, hopefully by this time of the year, all the ladies and the boys, they're in sync with one another with their handoffs. Because after this, it's regionals and state competition. It gets to the you start running against the boys and girls from the San Antonio area, and anytime you run against the bigger schools or the schools from the city areas, whether it be Houston, Dallas, or San Antonio, Austin areas, that's where you get to see more high caliber athletes. All right, getting ready here for the 4x200 meter relay, girls, followed by the boys. Still have a red flag up, so they're still trying to get everything ready. Got 2 stations on the track, one on one curve and one on the other. And the wind blowing hard. It's going to be the story of this track meet. Is running with the wind or running against the wind.
Something that Joe and I talked about in the district meet is, being that the stakes are so high, the judges, they like to take their time and make sure that everything is in place and that everything is correct here. They don't want to make a mistake or just want to make sure everybody's in sync and that everybody is ready and all the proper steps are taken. And sometimes that does take some time. And so if you notice, the athletes there, they're trying to stay loose. They're just kind of stretching their legs a little bit more. Some of them like to jump up and down, and some of them just like to stretch one leg at a time. Some, some even have their hands on their hips. Here we go.
No false starts in this race. And we'll see running against the wind at this point, the far side of the track, away from the press box. And we'll check the handoffs for the clean, like you said, in sync handoffs here for the young ladies. And Harlingen with a good lead, but you still have the stagger to make up. But Harlingen over there in lane 7, coming here to the 3rd handoff in first place. Lisa Marie Sanchez from Westlaco trying to make up the stagger on that one. And now the 3rd leg. Arndt for Westlaco. As she now has made up the stagger against Harlingen. And you can now say Westlaco in the lead here now. Emma Arndt, sophomore runner for the Lady Panthers. They are the favorites, and she will hand the baton to Alexa Davila, who will try to bring home the gold for the Lady Panthers. The freshman with a good lead and coming around the curve. The inside track. It's that San Benito, but Davila for the Lady Panthers still with the lead. Here comes San Benito, though, making up some ground, but I don't think there's enough time left in this race. Davila wins it for the Lady Panthers, followed by San Benito, Rivera, and that may have been Westlaco East in 4th. So congratulations, nice strong run there by Alexa Davila, freshman runner for the Lady Panthers, the anchor.
Right.
Winning the gold, helping the team win the gold. Lady
Absolutely. Lisa Marie Sanchez had an outstanding run there. After she got the handoff there, it looked like she had a little bit of trouble there getting the baton from her teammate.
The top 4
but
finishers,
once she
please
got the
report to the
baton,
award stand.
she did a heck of a job of taking the lead there. We see the last part of the race, shadows creeping in. That was a great effort there by San Benito. Calista Rivera there, giving it a good ride. Giving Davila a good challenge there. And then we see, it looks like lane 1, Bronzo Rivera in 3rd place. Faith Lara there. And you're right, Carlos. It looked like Westlaco East might have finished in 4th. So great job there by the relay team.
That's Davila and Sanchez on your screen, part of the 2 members of the girls 4x200 meter relay. Moving on as the area champions to regional competition.
I gotta tip my hat out to the runners, Carlos, that had to go against that wind. I noticed a few of the runners were really giving it their all.
Martinez also in there, and Emma Arndt. They're your top 4 girls. Congratulations to them.
I think they were the ones, Carlos, that were going against the wind, and I tell you what, it was
a little bit harder of a run.
It was tough.
The first 2 girls.
Wow, and so that was just great. That was great job there.
All right, coming up next will be the boys 4x200 meter relay. Boys already
400 meter runners
in their lanes. So let's check out the assignments for the boys. We'll start off in lane 1 will be Donna North. In lane 2 will be Los Fresnos. In lane 3, Harlingen South. In lane 4 will be Westlaco East. They have the top qualifying time of 1:31:10 due to the Wildcats. In lane 5, Harlingen. In lane 6, San Benito. In lane 7 will be Edinburgh North. Let's check out the team from Westlaco East. They're the team to beat in this one. And first leg of the run will be by Jose Serna, who's a senior. Second leg will be Hector Muniz, a junior. Third leg will be Leo Alvarado, a senior. And then you have John Animas, who is a junior. So Serna, Muniz, Alvarado, Animas for Westlaco East. They are your top qualifiers coming into the boys 200 meter run. Slight delay you could see up at the top, as I believe that's Harlingen South maybe, or Harlingen, talking with some of the officials in San Benito.
Record was set back just last year, Carlos, with a time of 1:29.24 by PSGA High School. And looking at the seating times, fastest time is 1:31:10. So
here are your qualifiers in the girls 4x200 meter relay.
White flags are up.
4th place.
And now they're saying relax once again.
And while we have a minute, Carlos, I do have the results of the girls 4x200 meter relay. In 4th place is Edinburgh Economides. 3rd place is Bronzo Rivera. 2nd place is San Benito High School. And your 1st place winner with a time of 1:47.59 is Westlaco High School. So congratulations.
Gun is up.
All right, so they'll start this once again. White flags are up. Boys 4x200 meter relay. Here we go. Yeah, they're going to tell them to relax once again. I'm not sure what's going on, but you can see the official there talking to lane 3. Talking to the runner in lane 3, and they're going to try it once again. And I don't know if they're saying you're moving too much or you're leaning forward, but it is windy down there. So just speculation on my part. But they do have to contend with the wind as they try to stay still as possible in their starting blocks. Clean start. Boys 4x200 meter relay. As they head against the wind here. Second leg. And we're going to have, a clean handoff by Edinburgh. They almost overshot the area that you can't run past. That's Edinburgh North. And here we go, San Benito taking first place right here after the first two legs, and they'll hand off here for the third leg of the race. Weslaco East. Is that East? It sure does look like it. Right here, up in first place.
But now you see San Benito and Harlingen looks like making a move.
John Animas will have the final run here for the Wildcats, trying to bring home the gold in first place. Harlingen making a run. South also in contention in this race. Here come the Wildcats. Animas bringing home the gold. Closing the gap here is Harlingen. Running out of room though, and here comes East. Animas in first, Harlingen in second. That was Joe Reyna coming on strong to take the silver for the Cardinals. What a good race there between Weslaco East and Harlingen, as the Wildcats, the team of Jose Serna, Hector Muniz, Leo Alvarado, and that's John Aminas right there with a strong leg for the Wildcats. The guys in black winning the gold at the area meet.
Was able to hold off Joe Reyna there. Joe Reyna with a great run there. Had this race gone about 10 more meters, Harlingen might have had a great shot to surpass the Wildcats here. We see the last 100 meters or so. John Animas with a pretty good lead, but just watch Joe Reyna there get closer and closer and closer, and he feels it. He feels it. And then just John Animas, I don't know if he got a little tired toward the end or what, but just was able to finish ahead of Joe Reyna there.
Boys,
it looks like Harlingen South came in third place.
Please report to the clerk of the course.
Couldn't quite
First
see
call,
who got
girls,
fourth, but
300-meter hurdles.
congratulations to
Report
Weslaco
to
East
get your
Wildcats. Gold medal in the 4x200 meter relay.
All right, so there we go. The Wildcats taking first place. Serna, Muniz, Alvarado, and Animas. Animas is missing. Oh, I'm sorry. No, Animas is up there. One of the other ones was missing. And they'll get first place as the medal presentation there in the middle of the podium. Congratulations to the Wildcats as they move on to regional competition as the area champions.
Here are your lane assignments.
Coming up next here, we will have the girls 400-meter dash. This is a tough
Your lane
race.
assignments
Anytime
for
you got to
girls,
run the 400, they call it a dash. Where you're going around the lap one time, and it's almost an all-out sprint for these girls.
Pretty much, Carlos. I mean,
Lane 3 from San Benito.
it's not a relay, so it's just by yourself there,
Lane 4,
and you're running around a whole lap, and it's just pretty much winner take all. It's 100 meters, but you do it 4 times,
Lane
and
6 from Weslaco East, Brandy Garcia. And in lane 7.
and we always see some pretty good, pretty competitive races in the 400-meter dash.
The area meet record in the girls 400-meter dash was set in 2018 by Yasmin Martinez from Harlingen High with a time of 57.29.
All right, so let's take a look at the lane assignments here now for the girls 400-meter run.
Your regional qualifiers.
Lane 1 will be Chole
200-meter relay.
Traskauskas from Los Fresnos. In lane 2, Ivana Ramos from Edinburgh North. In lane 3 will be Marisa Garza from San Benito. In lane 4 will be Amity Ibar from Weslaco. She is your top qualifier. And then you have Aniel Agüero from Hannah. And she's going to challenge Amity a little bit. She also runs under the minute. From Weslaco East, Brandy Garcia. And in lane 7 will be Ana Vela from Weslaco, a freshman. Top qualifying time, Amity Ibar, 56.17. And if she runs that, she will have the new record, Mike.
Yeah, it was set only last year by Harlingen High's Yasmin Martinez.
And the next qualifying time is Aniel Agüero with a time of 59.57. She's actually 3 seconds, almost 4 seconds behind Miss Ebarb.
Only a freshman. So we have 2 freshmen competing in this race, the other being Ana Vela out of Weslaco High School. So we got a mixture of, we got 2 freshmen and 4 sophomores, it looks like, or 3 sophomores, and 1 junior. So no senior.
A young group here that will run the 400-meter dash. Girls followed by the boys. It's a tough run. Talking to coaches, they say this is one of the toughest runs that you can do because it's not too long, but it's long enough at the very end, the final 100, final 50 meters, man, you're just struggling to finish.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned it earlier, Carlos. They call it a dash, but I mean, it's not the 100 or it's not the 200. It's a whole lap, and so I mean,
so you have
it's
to
a little more work than a dash.
Yeah,
me.
You have to deal with that race. Not only do you have to be fast, but you have to deal with endurance. You have to be able to stick it out for the whole race. You got an all-out sprint for the 100 as quick as possible. Yeah, you do get winded, but when you have the 400. You have to have that endurance. You have to have that mental capacity to finish the race strong.
Right. And, I mean, unlike the relay teams where some runners go with the wind and others go against the wind, in this race, you deal with both. It's so...
Especially today.
Especially a day like this, absolutely. And while we have a minute, I do have the results of the boys 4x200-meter relay. In 4th place was Los Fresnos. In 3rd place was Harlingen South. 2nd place was Harlingen High School. And your 1st place winners with a time of 1:31.67 was Weslaco East High School. Congratulations. And check this out, Carlos. After 12 events, looks like Harlingen High School has creeped up on the standings here. Edinburgh Vela still in 1st place with 98 points. Harlingen High School, however, is only behind 10 points with 88. And in 3rd place is Harlingen South with 70. And Weslaco in 4th with 68 points. That's pretty much your 4 teams right there that are kind of neck and neck right now that are expected to compete for the area championship.
They will have some team trophies at the end of the meet here. We saw them here in the press box as you come up the elevator. They're right there. They're really nice area trophies to take home for the trophy case. Regionals coming up in a couple of weeks in San Antonio.
Alamo Stadium, I believe. That's kind of where they have it traditionally. Historic Alamo Stadium. A lot of big football games there in the past. Regional track meets. It's a special place right off the, 281, I think. You kind of go on that curve there, and then you'll see the lights of the stadium. Covered many football games there, from Port Isabel as a 3A, making their state semifinal run to even Weslaco East.
Weslaco East loves Alamo Stadium.
Yes.
They will play there anytime, anywhere.
Against anybody.
Well, not anywhere, but they'll play there.
They'll play there.
And they'll play against anyone because they love that stadium. They've
Day
won
or
there.
night. They've had afternoon games there in 100-degree weather, and then they've had cool nights for a second-round playoff game, third-round playoff game even. Well, second-round playoff game actually at night or even during the day, where the temperatures by then are in the 50s or even low 60s. And it's just, it's awesome. It's an awesome place. I know many years ago, the San Antonio Riders played there. And what was it? The World Football League, I think they called it, back in the early 90s, I believe.
The Gunslingers played there, too.
The Gunslingers played there.
All right, white flags are up. So here we go. 400-meter run. All-out sprint, one time around the track. Favorite in this one, once again, Amity Ebarb. She should blow everybody away. She has her top qualifying time of 56.17. good start. The 400-meter dash. And Ebarb already gobbling up some of that stagger. She'll move to the inside lane here. And actually stay in their lanes in this one. Looks like it. And here's coming up next to Ebarb from Hannah, it looks like.
That freshman.
Agüero. But Ebarb continues to maintain her lead. Agüero right next to her. But Ebarb with a commanding lead here. And Ebarb, the 400-meter dash, is the area champion. Right behind her, Agüero from Hannah. On second and third, we'll have to check the replay. But congratulations, MT Ebarb. That'll increase the lead for the Weslaco Lady Panthers as Ebarb, one of the top athletes on this track team, doing it for Pablo Almaguer, garnering the points and winning another medal for her.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Carlos, I had Ebarb finishing at about 58 seconds, 58, maybe 59. But if it wasn't for the win, she just might have had a record here as we see the last 100 meter of the race. Great run by Aniela Agüero, giving Ebarb a good challenge here, but just too much Ebarb. But that young freshman there from Brownsville, Hannah, with a nice race. But yes, running from the other side against the wind.
Well, it helps you and it's against you.
It helps you against you, but for sure it slowed a lot of the runners on the far side.
You have to
going against
expend a lot of energy going up against the wind. Then when you're coming down the stretch, you got it at your back. So pick your poison.
Exactly.
Either way, it's windy here today.
And it's just impressive, Carlos, watching Ebarb. I mean, as soon as a gun sounded, and I was watching Ebarb closely, that first turn, she was already passing everybody on the stagger there. That's just not an easy thing to do. And she's just a phenomenal runner.
So Ebarb also took part in the girls' long jump. She placed 6th, garnering a few points. You only get 1 point for 6th place, but hey, she got a 1 point for Pablo Almaguer and the team in the long jump, and she placed 6th place. And she was also in the girls' triple jump. She placed 5th there, getting 2 points for the team. So she's helped out the cause. Of course, winning this one, you get 10 points for first place.
I got the results of the girls' 400-meter dash. 4th place was Brandy Garcia out of Weslaco East, a WI student.
All right,
qualifying.
well, congratulations. Yes, that's
great.
Excellent.
In 3rd place was Marisa Garza out of San Benito. In 2nd place was the young freshman from Brownsville, Hannah, Aniela Agüero. And your 1st place winner with a time of 59.03 is Amity Ebarb. And the team rankings, Carlos, check this out. We got Weslaco High with 106 points after 13 events, 106 points. And in 2nd place, Los Fresnos with 46. And then you got San Benito in 3rd with 45 and Brownsville Rivera with 38. So just right now, you got Weslaco in control of the area championship meet right now.
All right, boys, 400-meter dash. Let's take a look at the lane assignments. Got William Perez from Donna North in lane 1. In lane 2, Aiden Salazar from Vela. In lane 3, Eddie Guzman from Vela. In lane 4, Gabriel Gonzalez from Weslaco. In lane 5, you got Cole Sweeney from Harlingen. In lane 6, Eric Quintalan from Harlingen. And lane 7, Sammy Ruiz from Harlingen South. And in lane 8, Marcos Salinas from San Benito. Top qualifying time is Gabriel Gonzalez from Weslaco.
And right now we see Gabriel making a move there. He's in 3rd place, but we got, it looks like Edinburgh, Vela, and Harlingen 1st and 2nd. Look at Gabriel here sneaking into, he's
going to be a close race, and Gonzalez comes in from behind, and Gonzalez with the final 10 meters able to take 1st place for the Weslaco Panthers, as Gonzalez behind in that race, third place coming into the final 100 meters, able to edge Eddie Guzman at the tape. And Cole Sweeney for Harlingen also in the mix there as those top three qualifiers. But Gonzalez, you look how far he is behind there, trying to catch up to Guzman Vela.
Yeah, that's just will right there, Carlos. Not the will to not give up there. And I mean, I don't know if maybe the wind was bothering him on the other side and fell too far behind there a little bit, but was able to make it up once that final turn there and just finished strong in the last 100 meters. And
if you ask the coach, he'll tell you that that's the way we planned it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
At the very end, final 10 meters is when you're an all-out sprint. You got to remember, this is a 400, so you kind of conserve your energy, but you don't really want to conserve your energy because you want to be going as fast as possible. But you have to have a little bit in the tank for that final 50 meters. And that's what Gonzalez, that's all he had. He had a little extra left in the tank there to take it to another notch so that he could finish, half a second or a second ahead of the other guys.
Yeah, and if you notice, that last turn right there is where we really saw Gonzalez sneak into the picture there because, I mean, it looked like Eric Gilantano of Harlingen and the other young man, Eddie Guzman out of Edinburgh Vela, were going to come first and second, and just Gabriel just not giving up, just keep on going there and finish strong there to capture the gold medal.
All right, so boys 400-meter dash. We're going to move on to the girls 300-meter hurdles. And as they set up on the other end, I'll continue to do that. And moving on to the far side of the field for the 300-meter hurdles.
I got the results of the 400-meter dash on the boys' side. Fourth place was Eric Galantano out of Harlingen High School, only a freshman. And then in third place was Cole Sweeney out of Harlingen High School. And in second place was Eddie Guzman out of Edinburgh Vela. And your first place winner with a time of 51.23 is Gabriel Gonzalez out of Weslaco High School. Congratulations to Gabriel, younger brother of Eric Gonzalez, former athlete here at Weslaco High School in the early part of the decade. Phenomenal running back for the Panthers and track star here. But now it's younger brother who's having a great year, only a junior. So he'll be back next year. He'll be one of the featured backs for the football team. Now running the spread offense, going in its third year in that system, will be one of the featured backs. But once again, no seniors in this race. It was just all juniors, a couple of freshmen, and some sophomores there. And after 13 events, Edinburgh Vela still with the lead with 108 points. And then in second place is Harlingen High School with 98 points. So they're getting closer. And then Weslaco High School is in third place with 78 points. And in fourth is Harlingen South with 70. So Edinburgh Vela still hanging on to the lead after 13 events. And as Carlos mentioned, we have the girls 300-meter hurdles coming up. Well, they have the girls lined up right now, standing right there next to the cones there, taking their time.
So 300-meter hurdles coming up next for the girls, followed by the boys as we move along here in this race, or this track meet, area track meet. Seems to be right on schedule. We have the 31 6A top four qualifiers and the 32 6A top four qualifiers from their district meets here at Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium here in Weslaco. Carlos Robledo along with Mike Gonzalez bringing you all the action on KWES on our YouTube channel. If you want to have your relatives watch your young ones and you're watching this, share this on social media. Let them know that they can watch this live. This event, the area meet here on KWES.
And I mean, up to this point, Carlos, it's pretty much unfolding like the way we thought. The Weslaco High girls dominating on the girls' side. And on the boys' side, Edinburgh Vela in first place, but not far behind are the two Harlingen schools. And then in fourth place is Weslaco High School. So we're about, halfway through the track meet. And still a lot of running events left.
Brianna Alex in lane 5 from West
The Westlaco Lady Panthers in first place for the girls and the boys. Who would you say you was ahead?
Right now, it's Edinburgh Vela.
Vela, yeah.
And it's only 10 points. So Harlingen High School is getting closer. Only 10 points behind with 98. But watch this. Westlaco High School is only is in third place with 78, followed by Harlingen South with 70. And so still a lot of running events left, but we'll see what happens here.
300. Let's take a look at the lane assignments right now for the 300 dash. 300-meter hurdles. In lane 1, you got Amy Trevino from Harlingen South. In lane 2, Carmen Mata from Economides. In lane 3, Areli Ramirez from Economides. In lane 4, Brianna Alex from Los Fresnos. We saw her run earlier in the 100 meters. Lisa Marie Sanchez from Westlaco. She is in lane 5. In lane 6 will be Priscilla Sanchez from North. In lane 7, Devani Castillo from San Benito. And in lane 8 will be Desiree Sanchez from Harlingen. Top qualifying time, Brianna Alex, the senior from Los Fresnos, with a time of 45:39.
That's a very good time, Carlos. The record was set back in 2016 by Westlaco High's Alyssa De Leon. So if Brianna Alex could run or match her seating time, she will set another record here. 300-meter hurdles, which they'll start on the far side against the wind and then work their way around the curve and then go with the wind the last 100 meters of the race.
So challenging her once again in lane 4, that'll be Brianna Alex. I guess Elisa Marie Sanchez will challenge her because she is, you have a time of 45:39. Elisa Marie Sanchez 45:85. So they're both in that same area where anything can happen. And Elisa Marie Sanchez can come up with a win here, maybe steal some points for Almaguer. After that, look out for Economides Areli Ramirez in lane 3. So lane 3, lane 4, and lane 5 are the lanes to watch here in this race. The girls' 300-meter hurdles, boys following here. Great angle right here of the starting position for the 300-meter hurdles, as Sanchez has already picked up the stagger. And Sanchez with a good run here so far, but the inside lane will be Brianna Alex. Sanchez in lane 4, still with the lead, and Alex trying to catch up to her as they come to the final 110 meters. Sanchez with a good lead. But here comes Alex. Sanchez trying to hold off Alex. The two seniors battling right here. Sanchez. One more hurdle to go. Sanchez still with the lead. And Sanchez is going to come home with the gold with a slight upset right there. It could have gone either way, but Lisa Marie Sanchez for the Westlaco Lady Panthers picks up first place. Brianna Alex in second. As it could have gone either way, Mike. We talked about how close these two individuals were for qualifying times. And Sanchez trying to stay away from the camera for right now. She catches her breath. And congratulations to her. What a fantastic run. That was exciting from the start to the end.
Yeah, she was doing her signature good hello or goodbye to everybody. She was doing it the opposite way, and then finally she turned, she waved at our camera there. But phenomenal job there by Lisa Marie Sanchez there. But watch her Brianna Alex here, not far behind, able to catch up here and giving Lisa Marie Sanchez there a challenge there. But just Lisa Marie just kind of went like, not going to happen here. Watch her. The last 50 meters or so, just pick it up a notch there. That hurdle there, I think, was really important. Nice and clean there, putting her head down and picking up that gold medal. And then it looks like a lane number 3 and lane number 8, where your third and fourth place finishes.
Sanchez is also one of your top cross-country girls for Westlaco High School. One of those girls that you will see 6 o'clock in the morning, running in front of the high school. I tell you what, she is always there. Sometimes it's a group of 3 girls, sometimes it's a group of 10 girls. She is always there in that group, whether it's a small group or the big group. I always see her out there. I live here in West Lacoste.
Sure.
We see these athletes out there, and she's one of those that's a very hard worker, and it showed there towards the end. We talk about having tank in the gas, or gas in the tank, I should say. She had it there towards the end. She was able to pull away.
Yeah, she's had quite the day there in the field events and the long jump and the triple jump, and competing in these races and just doing very, very well there. But yeah, that's a great point, Carlos. You know, that dedication, it starts with leadership, and you have that senior leadership right there setting the tempo. Like, hey, if I'm going to be here at 6 in the morning, if I'm going to run and it's still dark out here, you know, I expect you guys to be here too. And that's, you know, for all the underclassmen, you know, kind of following her and keeping it going, making sure everybody's on the same page there. You know, once Lisa Marie Sanchez graduates and moves on, it's going to be the next group of seniors that are going to kind of get the baton there literally and just take over that leadership and do the same thing. It's all about dedication. It's all about personal sacrifice. That means getting up early in the morning, 4:30, 5 in the morning, coming to school, ready and focused and get better. And it's really paying off, Carlos. This is where it really pays off.
All right, you got the final results, Mike?
Yes, I do. The girls' 300-meter hurdles, in 4th place was Desiree Sanchez out of Harlingen. 3rd place was Areli Ramirez out of Edinburgh Economides. In 2nd place was Brianna Alex out of Los Fresnos. And your first place winner with a time of 45.55 was Lisa Marie Sanchez out of Weslaco.
You said 45?
45.55. So I believe that's a new record, Carlos.
It sure is.
Breaking that 2-year-old record, which was a 46.18 going into the race there. And she's getting some congratulations there from her friends, the cheerleaders there at Weslaco High School.
She's got to be happy. Look, she's a little emotional up there as she wins the 300-meter hurdle, breaks the area meet record, so she's in the record books. We'll be talking about her for a while, next year for sure, because she's in the record books as she breaks the area record. All right, we move on now to the boys' 300-meter hurdles. And lane 1 from Weslaco will be Fernando Mendez. In lane 2 will be Manuel Conde from Harlingen. In lane 3, Victor Segovia from Vela. In lane 5, Israel Villarreal from Harlingen 6. That's lane 4, I should say. In lane 5, Nidia, or how did you pronounce that name earlier? Nisha Duran from Harlingen South. In lane 6, Randall Muro Lopez from Harlingen South. In lane 7, Roel de Leon from Edinburgh North. And in lane 8, Jonathan Reyes, also from Edinburgh North. Top qualifying time coming into this one, 39:39. Israel Villarreal from Harlingen South. So look out for him in lane 3. But just like we talked about earlier, how anything can happen. All three, lane 3, lane 4, and lane 5 are all very close. All in the 39s, Mike. 39 seconds for that 300 meters. It can go to any one of those 3 individuals. Lane 3, once again, Victor Segovia. Lane 4, Villarreal. And lane 5, Duran. Look out for those 3.
Right, everybody close together. It should be a very competitive race there. And, you know, going back to Lisa Marie Sanchez, I mean, that's a very impressive record she got, Carlos, considering we were talking about the wind and just starting off the race against the wind and still accomplishing that. That's just very, very impressive. So the record for this race dates back to 2014. Was set by Roman Hernandez out of Harlingen High School with a time of 38.48.
Okay, waiting for the 300-meter hurdles now for the boys. Still got a red flag up here. Victor Segovia will be in this race. Segovia was the district champion in the triple jump and in the long jump. He will be running in lane 3 for Vela. He did pick up in the boys' long jump a 3rd place finish for Vela. And in the triple jump, he also did well. He picked up a silver medal, did Segovia. So he'll be moving on in multiple events to regional competition in the field, those 2 field events, the boys' long jump and the triple jump. And we'll see what happens here in the 300-meter hurdles for Segovia. Certainly a talented athlete for the Vela Sabercats is Segovia, who is just a junior. We'll see him again next year.
And something worth mentioning, Carlos, this is our 4th track meet we've had this year at Texas National Bank Bobby Lackey Stadium. Is there's no coaches in the field. That's something that I think they addressed, I guess the committee or everybody involved here, a rule they made for the area track.
Well, that's what happens when you go
meets.
to regionals.
Okay.
And state.
In state. So they addressed it in the area, I guess. And so all the coaches are not in the field. Where in other meets, you see them out there with their stopwatches, or you see them cheering for the runners as they circle around the track. And but not today, not in the area. And as you mentioned, Carlos, not at regionals or state. And so what they're doing is they're sitting. I would say most of them are probably sitting.
Yeah, they're in the stands.
In the stands, but some are probably in the fence area. But
well, they're not allowed along the fence, Mike, because it covers our cameras. But yeah, this is once again preparation for regionals, preparation for state. So they're trying to run it exactly the way what they're going to see it next week or in 2 weeks in San Antonio, or 3 weeks, whenever it is. It's down the roads. And maybe that's also, like you talked about earlier, why they're taking their time. The meet officials are also making sure that everything is clean and ready to go, because that's the way it's going to take place in a few weeks when they go to regional competition. All right, white flags are up, gun is up. 300-meter hurdles coming up next here in the area championship. Let's check it out. All right, once again, lanes 3, 4, and 5. Segovia, Villarreal, and Duran are the top 3 qualifiers. You can go to either one of them. 3, 4, 5, and they are, as it's kind of hard right now with the stagger, but as they'll come down the final 110, you'll be able to see, and it looks like a big lead up ahead for the young man from Harlingen South, that is Villarreal. Well, we got 2 Harlingen South, but way up ahead. In lane 4, that is Villarreal, who's going to take first place. Duran was right there, so is Segovia. But it looks like that's Villarreal bringing home the gold for Harlingen South.
Yeah, Villarreal got off to a terrific start in this race. Carlos was able to make up the stagger early on, and was able to jump the hurdles nice and clean there. I think the very last one he knocked the hurdle down, but was able to still capture the gold medal. And his teammate Duran there came on strong toward the end, as we see the last turn here. Villarreal in control, but watch Duran in lane 5 get into second place there.
As expected, Villarreal was a top qualifier at 39.39, but he just blew away the competition. You see Duran, and there's Harlingen that came up in second. Talk about winning some points. That's a freshman, Manuel Conde from Harlingen, picking up third place. Was expected, to be right there in competition, but he came in third there instead of Segovia. Segovia probably could have been right up there towards the top. But just sneaking right by him was a young man from Harlingen. Yeah,
and so what happens is they get a few extra points there to creep up closer to first place there. Segovia also qualified there, but you're going to see the Harlingen South also picked up some points there, so they're inching closer to second place and first place there. So we'll see how it looks with the official results.
All right, so where are we setting up next? I know they've got to clear the track from the hurdles, take them off, and we got the 200-meter dash, which is coming up next. It's usually on the far side of the field, and that's where they're setting up. And we will have some individuals from Weslaco in this race, 2 individuals from Weslaco, one from Weslaco and one from Weslaco East. We'll have Liana Cavazos from Westlaco.
Assignments for the girls 200-meter dash.
In lane 2 will be Diana Selbert from Edinburgh Vela. In lane 3, Monica Garza from Vela. In lane 4 will be Brisa Guzman, who is your top qualifier from Westlaco East. In lane 5 will be Jacqueline Mora from Hannah. In lane 6, Natasha Hartman from Harlingen South. In lane 7, Alicia Nunez from San Benito. And in lane 8 will be Bianca Gonzalez from Harlingen South. Once again, looking for lane 4, Brisa Guzman from Westlaco East. Top qualifying time of 25:69.
We got the results of the boys 300-meter hurdles. In fourth place was Victor Segovia out of Edinburgh Vela. In third place was Manuel Conde out of Harlingen. And then in second place was Nitia Duran out of Harlingen South, and your first place winner with a time of 39.71 is Israel Vyadvya. So because the top 2 finishers were from Harlingen South, Carlos, the Hawks moved into third place now with 89 points. And Westlaco High School is now in fourth with 78. Harlingen High is still in second place with 104 points, but they made up 2 points now, only 8 points behind Edinburgh Vela, who now, after 14 events, has 112 points.
And that's going to make a really interesting race.
Very interesting, exactly. With how many events do we have left? About 2 or 3 more events left. So a lot to be settled. But it looks like Harlingen and Harlingen South are positioning themselves to make a run for Edinburgh Vela.
Four more races. Well, let's see. We got the 200. We got the 1600, and then the relay 4x400. So 3 races left. The 200, the mile, and the mile relay. And so, yeah, and when you're only, 10 points or 8 points, you win first place, you get 10 points. So definitely within striking distance for Harlingen to win this area meet, and they're as they battle against Vela. And South, are they pretty far behind? I know South was also doing pretty well.
Yeah, actually, Carlos, South went from fourth place to third, surpassing Westlaco because of the top 2 finishes of Duran and Villarreal.
Yeah, and
so they
right
got
there
18
too.
points.
Yeah.
And so, and Westlaco High didn't have anybody that qualified, so they didn't get any points. And then Harlingen High made up 2 points. They were 10 points behind. Now it's only 8. Meanwhile, Edinburgh Vela.
So South is still in the hunt as well for the title.
Exactly. They're still in the hunt.
All right, girls 200. Coming up next, you're going to get to see Brisa Guzman, the phenom out of Westlaco East, junior runner for the Lady Wildcats. And she'll be coming on strong here. Favorite to win the 200-meter.
The record was set just a year ago, Carlos, with a time of 25.29 by Luisa Cruz out of Los Fresnos. But we see Brisa Guzman with a seating time of 25.69, and then we see Jacqueline Mora out of Brownsville, Hannah with 26.49. Those are your 2 closest runners.
Brisa has racked up some points for Westlaco East. First place in the triple jump and third place in the long jump for Brisa Guzman. And now running here. She is the favorite to win the 200 meters. And here we go. Turning the curve. And we'll come down the final 100. Guzman in first place. But she is battling here with Hartman. But Guzman going to take this one. First place, Guzman, Harlingen South second, and that was Vela in third place. I believe that was Monica Garza in third. As you see, the congratulations to Brisa Guzman. More points here for Westlaco East. And Guzman, junior runner, a gold medal for the young lady as she moves on to regional competition. She is the area champ.
And I had her finish right over 25 seconds, Carlos. So when we get the official results, we'll see where she stands as far as the record is concerned. But outstanding job there. Just got off to a great start there. Was able to hold off Edinburgh North and Harlingen South there. Finished strong there, which is you always like to see from your runners there. No problem there in capturing the gold in the 200-meter dash.
200, please report to the award stand.
Watching her replay. Now she's on camera.
Getting the water to drink.
Yeah, and she'll be ready for some other events. I'm pretty sure she's in the relay. Let's check to see. She's in the relay.
Your lane assignments
Nope.
in the boys
Looks like she's
200-meter
done.
dash.
Looks like she's done.
Yep.
And she's had quite a
Lane
day.
1
Yep.
from Harlingen, Cole Sweeney.
Brisa Guzman.
Lane 2 from Harlingen.
Excellent
Joe
job once
Reina.
again.
In lane 3 from Weslaco, Joel
For
Maldonado.
Weslaco East.
In lane 4 from Harlingen.
As she is
Jose
third in the
Garcia.
triple jump and first
lane
in the long
5
jump.
From Weslaco, KJ.
And I
Good
believe
Brisa
she was.
Guzman.
And I believe she was on that relay team. With
Yeah,
the
I know
finish
she was in a
fourth
relay
place.
team, yeah.
And she was, I think, the third runner
Yep.
on that relay team. So she's moving on to regionals in at least 4 events that I can think of on top of my head. So just an outstanding job.
2016.
Only a junior, so she'll be back next year.
Yep, she was in the 4x100 meter relay. Certainly a sprinter is Brisa Guzman. Boys coming up next. Let's take a look as we give you the lane assignments in the boys 200 meter dash. In lane 1 will be Cole Sweeney from Harlingen. In lane 2 will be Joe Reina, also from Harlingen, 2 freshmen. And then you have Joe Maldonado in lane 3. In lane 4 will be Jose Garcia from Harlingen. That's 3 freshmen for Harlingen right there running this event, Mike.
Wow.
And for Weslaco High, you have KJ Jones in lane 5 for the Panthers. For Weslaco East, you got Hector Muniz, who is a junior. From Edinburgh, lane 7, Jalen Arevalo. And then in lane 8, from Harlingen South, you have Austin Montalvo. Top qualifying time in this one is Harlingen's Jose Garcia, that freshman we saw run earlier. Qualifying time of 22:07 in the 200 meter dash.
Only senior in the race is Harlingen South. Austin Montalvo. Everybody else freshman. 1 sophomore, three freshmen, 1 sophomore, 2 juniors, and they don't have a classification listed for Jalen Arevalo. But man, that's just scary, Carlos, having 3 freshmen at this level.
Yeah.
The area championships.
The area champs, so they had to,
phenomenal.
They had to qualify. So they were top 4 at district,
Right.
to get here, area. So they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the track world, Will Harlingen. And like I said, we talked about earlier, if they play football, if they're in other sports, that's just going to help, old Manny Gomez over there.
Oh, you're talking about receivers. You talk about maybe safeties, the defensive backs, or maybe even quarterback. Put one of those guys as quarterback. I know a few years ago we mentioned Leo Tienda, outstanding athlete, and Randy Barmel. I remember he was a defensive back for the 2011 Harlingen Cardinals team. So I know over there in Harlingen things have been a little down by their standards. By the football program. But with this kind of talent and this kind of speed, I'm sure Coach Gomez will be able to find homes for these young kids. The record, Carlos, in this event is held by Christian Perales out of Los Fresnos with a time of 21.64 set back in 2016.
All right, here we go. 200 meter dash. Lane to look out for, Jose Garcia, the freshman out of Harlingen. He's your favorite.
Let's go, KJ!
Good start here. You see Garcia making up the stagger with the long strides and quick moves. As we go to the final 100, Garcia in command of this race. Garcia going to take it. Second and third looks like it could be second, third, and fourth. Could be Weslaco and Weslaco East. And yep, that's what's going to be Maldonado, KJ Jones, and then Weslaco
Regional
East.
qualifiers in the
Hector
girls
Muniz
200 meter
in fourth
dash.
place. All regional qualifiers led by Jose Garcia.
Wow, just a great job there. And what's impressive, Carlos, in watching him is just when he makes that turn, that the angles he takes, staying in his lane, just is able to just get around it at a perfect angle. And he's just fun to watch, really. Kind of reminds me of an athlete that Mercedes used to have some years back named Alex Trevino, just how he was able to dominate the races. And this kid right here, It's just phenomenal. Outstanding job there. And then beating Joe Maldonado and KJ Jones, that's not an easy thing to do. And I mean, he did it with a pretty good gap there of at least, 10 meters or so.
Yeah, he sure did. KJ Jones going to be a senior. Joe's going to be a junior, Joe Maldonado. He's going to just be a sophomore. I mean, he's just a freshman, tall kid, looks like an athlete, and certainly on his way to a great career at Harlingen is Jose Garcia. First place gold medal winner in the 200-meter dash. All right, let's move on. Now we have the mile, boys mile, girls mile, and then we have the mile relay. So the most interesting parts of the track meet are coming up next. The mile relay is always a lot of fun, but so is the mile. And we'll set that up for you here in a minute as they prepare, and they'll come on down to the traditional starting area right in front, like right around, what is that, the 10-15 yard line. But right now they'll regroup because they have to bring the starting block. You can see right there in the corner of the end zone for the starter. His steps, they'll have to move that over here. So, Mike, you want to give us a recap of where we're at as we move into the final two events of the area meet?
All right. I got the results of the girls' 200-meter dash here. In fourth place was Alicia Nunez out of San Benito. In third place was Monica Garza out of Edinburgh Vela. In second place was Natasha Hartman out of Harlingen South. And your first place winner with a time of 25.78 is Brisa Guzman out of Weslaco East. And if I can go back to my notes here real quick, let's see if that's a new record. Nope, she barely missed it. 25.78 was the finish. 25.29 was the record. Nevertheless, a great job by Brisa Guzman there. As far as the team rankings are concerned, Carlos, Weslaco High School looks like are going to be your area champions here for the 7th year in a row. After 15 events, have 116 points. In second place, Los Fresnos with 54. And in third place, San Benito with 50. Edinburgh Vela with 42. So it looks like Pablo Magued is going to add to his trophy case for the Weslaco Panthers. And the boys 200-meter dash, fourth place was a Hector Muniz out of Weslaco East. Congratulations, WISD student. And in third place was Joe Maldonado of Weslaco High School. Second place was KJ Jones out of Weslaco High School, also WISD students. Congratulations. And your first place winner with a time of 21.30 is Jose Garcia out of Harlingen High School, only a freshman. And is that a new record, Carlos?
Yes, it is.
It looks like it is. So a freshman making a record here. That's just awesome. So congratulations to the young man. As far as the team rankings are concerned, because of Garcia's finish, Harlingen with 114 points, Carlos. And that's crucial because now you have Edinburgh Vela with only 2 points behind with 112. So
Vela's 2 points behind Harlingen now?
2 points behind Harlingen, yes. According to the result here, I don't know if that's a mistake or not because I know we didn't have anybody from Edinburgh Vela who finished in the top 4, but that's what they have.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
So Harlingen's now in first.
So,
they've jumped ahead of Vela.
Yeah, that is
2
correct.
points.
That is correct.
With
so
2 events coming up.
Weslaco now in third place with regained third place with 92 points, and Harlingen South with 90 points. So I don't know if some of the results weren't added quite yet or something, but
those are up to date.
But yeah, and so what happened was that they updated them with after 15 events, and Edinburgh Vela now only 2 points behind Harlingen and in position to get the area championship if they can win.
Here's part of the problem is that Vela Harlingen doesn't have anybody running in the boys mile relay, or the boys mile, I should say.
Okay.
So they might lose some points there, but they can make it up in the relay.
Right. All right.
Harlingen can. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting finish here towards the end to see how this all shakes out. A little bit of drama here for this one. Of course, the girls, this looks like the Lady Panthers going to win their 7th area championship. 8 straight district titles, now 7 area championship for Pablo Almaguer and the Lady Panthers. And then we have a battle on the other end for the boys between Harlingen and Edinburgh Vela. led by a bunch of freshmen, Harlingen. Harlingen's got a lot of freshmen that qualified here for the area meet. Very impressive team. Jose Garcia, certainly a force to be reckoned with over the next few years and has racked up some points for the Harlingen team. So we have a little bit of drama here to watch from the final two events. Okay, the mile is coming up next. The girls' 1,600-meter run. And let's take a look at the lane assignments. Well, they're going over the results now, so they'll hear about it. But I'll go ahead and set you up right here, lane assignments. In lane 1 will be Destiny Longoria from Westlaco. In lane 2 will be Angelica Noyola from Edinburgh. In lane 3 will be Liliana Perez from Vela. In lane 4 will be Andrea De La Rosa from Brownsville Rivera. She's just a freshman, so that's pretty impressive to qualify for area. And a pretty good position there in the 4th lane. In lane 5, Kaylee Rawlings from Edinburgh. In lane 6, Nadia Cifuentes from Hanna, also a freshman. In lane 7, Michelle Medina from Harlingen. And in lane 8, Alexia Perez, another freshman. So 3 freshmen running here in the mile run at the area meet. Top qualifying time looks like 5. Well, in lane 1, Destiny Longoria from Westlaco. Top qualifier.
And the record was set back in 2015. This was a pretty impressive time, Carlos. 4:56.83 set by Alexandria Cruz out of Edinburgh High School.
Here are your lane assignments. Girls 1,600-meter run. Destiny Longoria, Westlaco. Angelica Noyola, Edinburgh. Liana Perez, Edinburgh Villa.
So the girls getting ready for the mile.
Kylie Rawlings, Edinburgh.
And should be interesting. Seconds apart. First, second, or just first and second as far as qualifying times for Westlaco and for Edinburgh, Destiny Longoria and Angelica Noyola. 5:20.48, 5:21.40. That's going to make for an interesting race between those two here. And they're off. Westlaco, top of your screen, and Edinburgh. Top 2 qualifiers coming into this race.
This race was set in 2015.
Looks like that's the freshman Andrea De La Rosa for Rivera setting the pace out front.
56.83.
And you'll see Destiny there at the outer part of the lane, staying with the pack along with Edinburgh's Noyola.
So for the first lap, we'll see a lot of position changes and lead changes, and then by the second lap, we'll see some separation from these runners. But, I mean, in covering this, Carlos, for a number of years, I mean, I've seen runners that wouldn't even be in the screen at the start of the race, fall so far behind, and then just the last lap and a half is where they make their move and turn it into a race, and at times medal. And so you can never count out any of these girls. I mean, they are here for a reason. I mean, this is the area round. I mean, so that shows that all these 8 runners participating are phenomenal athletes and are here for a reason.
So coming to the end of the first lap here, 1 of 4.
In 5th place, Westlaco East with 29.
I mean, you could say Hannah's in the lead, but they're all right there. And when you got 3 more laps to go, there's really no person that's in the lead. It's anybody's race at this point. Westlaco's Destiny Longoria and Angelica Noyola, the top 2 qualifiers in this race. This is certainly a race of endurance. You have to be able to have a kick towards the end. So you don't want to exert all your energy in your first couple of laps, most definitely.
A lot of strategy, especially in a race like the 1,600 meter. You go at a certain pace, and then after that, you start picking up the tempo a little bit. And by about the 3rd lap is where you really start making your move here, as we see some separation by a couple of these runners here. I mean, for the most part, you got about 7 of them that are still within, 5 to 10 meters apart. But you're going to see a couple of these girls start to make their move here and try to take over the race.
We're in lap number 2 right here of the mile Only have 8, 4 from the 31 6A and 4 from the 32 6A. So you got your Harlingens and Brownsville schools and your Edinburghs, your Westlaco schools, also your Donna schools in these districts. Los Fresnos also included, San Benito. And right now, anybody's race as they head into the third now lap.
And it's still anybody's race.
5:20.48 was the top qualifying time by Longoria of Westlaco High School. And Coach Almaguer not really looking for points. That's a great shot. Just wanted to show talk a little bit about how clear the skies are today. It was just a wonderful day for weather. Yeah, I turned down the wind machine a little bit to make it nicer, but not a cloud in the sky here on a Holy Thursday as we come up to Easter weekend. And, just blessed with some great weather here for everybody. And it's always good for our cameras when the sun is out. And just a phenomenal job by the KWES staff.
Absolutely, Carlos. I mean, it starts with yourself as the KWES director, and we got Mike Palacios, the chief photographer, directing the meet behind us. Then we got Darlene Gracia, graphics designer, and then we got Val Zamora, Don Ramirez. We got Amadeo Briones, the camera crew. We got a replay man, Adrian De Leon.
Adrian.
And we can't forget Jolial.
Jolial, working the sound tonight.
Working the sound.
Talk about Don Ramirez as well. Did we mention Don?
We mentioned Don. Yeah, he's down there with one of the cameras. And then Val's the top camera up here.
Vinny Berry.
Vinny Berry was here helping us set up. Did a wonderful job. But he'll be at the baseball game tonight.
Okay.
But
he shot some of the field events earlier today.
Yes, he did. He was with you in the long jump and the pole vault earlier.
All right, so this is the final lap as they head here. Final lap, and I'm trying to figure out who is that up ahead. It looks like Rivera, Andrea De La Rosa. And Edinburgh coming up as well.
She's making a move right now, Carlos, on this last turn here.
So Edinburgh and Rivera looks like they're battling it, those two. And Rivera pulling away here. This is De La Rosa. For the team from Rivera, De La Rosa is going to come up as the area champion, followed by Edinburgh. Vela,
third place.
And in fourth place, Longoria from Westlaco. Now, there was 2 Edinburgh runners, so I'm not sure if that's Noyola or that's Rollins.
I want to say that.
Rollins.
I want to say I saw her number
Noyola?
on the side. It looked like it was number 2, so that would be Angelica Noyola. As we see the final runner there finishing up there, you hear the applause by the crowd, just encouraging her to finish. And in the end, that's kind of what it's all about. It's just finishing the race. I mean, the young lady may not qualify for regionals, but still going and participating in the area championships is still a terrific accomplishment.
So there it is, Rivera with the win. Wearing number 4, Andrea De La Rosa. And you'll see the run here, and that is Noyola. So Noyola and Rivera were battling, but just a little bit left. Another gear here for De La Rosa to win it.
And I'm curious, Carlos, if De La Rosa maybe creeped up to our beautiful Jumbotron scoreboard and saw that Noyola was right behind her and said, I better turn it up a notch here. And she was able to and finish the race in first place. So congratulations to the young lady. And as soon as we get the official results, we'll read them out.
We talked about 3 freshmen being in this run, and it was a freshman that won it. One of the 3, the young lady from Rivera, Andrea De La Rosa, is the area champion. We'll move on to regionals along with the other 3 girls. So up next, we have the 16-meter run for the boys. Now let's take a look here Lane 1 will be Jeremy Nino from Edinburgh Vela. Lane 2 will be Juan Garcia from Edinburgh. Lane 2 from Vela will be Mario Salas. Lane 3 is Mario Salas. Lane 4 will be Joaquin Medina from San Benito. Lane 5 will be from Weslaco, Antonio Sanchez. In lane 6, John Abrego from Hanna. Lane 7 will be Michael Torres from San Benito. And lane 8, Eric Lopez from Harlingen South. Top qualifier is you have from Jeremy Nino from Vela with a time of 4:26.19.
And the record was set back in 2014 with a time of 4:20.98. That was from Juan Uribe of Brownsville, Hanna.
So the lineup up here, top 8 qualifiers, top 4 from each district, combined here for the mile relay. Nino, lane 1, he's at the bottom of your screen. They line him up towards the top, but they call that lane 1. And then after that, you got Edinburgh. Remember, points, they're looking for points here as well. If you're a coach, you're watching the points. And you're hoping if Nino can come away and get me 10 points, then you'll jump ahead. Vela will jump ahead of Harlingen in the team standings.
Yeah, they have 2 runners
and
participating.
Harlingen doesn't have anybody running in this event. So, yeah, with 2, they can get, if you get in the top 6, you get points in the top 6. So, I'm sure the Vela coach is doing some math right now. And it looks like he's going to get some points out of this because Nino is one of your top runners. Top qualifiers, he's got to get somewhere in the top 6.
Yeah, they got the top 2 out of 3, actually. So, yeah, you're right, Carlos. A great opportunity for the school to surpass Harlingen, who early on was in control.
Antonio Sanchez for Weslaco High School, senior, is also running. So good luck to him. Fellow Weslaco ISD student, Antonio Sanchez. Be running the lane 5. All right, so here we go. They'll jostle back and forth for a position. Get a running lane here. White flags up, so it looks like a clean start here in the boys' 1,600-meter run. And another, you talk about tough races, and these guys, they will go fast as well. You're down on the field. You can't really tell from watching it on video, but if you're down there, they are hustling and they are moving down on the track.
And while we got a few minutes, Carlos, I got the results of the girls' 1,600-meter run. In 4th place was Destiny Longoria out of Weslaco, WISD student. Congratulations. 3rd place was Liliana Perez out of Edinburgh Vela. And in 2nd place was Angelica Noyola out of Edinburgh High School. And your 1st place winner with a time of 5:38.72 is the freshman, Brownsville Rivera's Andrea De La Rosa. So congratulations.
All right, so these individuals still bunched up together as they come to the end of the first lap. One of the Vela boys up front. And but still anybody's race at this point, as all 8 of the young men still together through the first lap. Sun's starting to go down here. One more race to go. And this race was, event was supposed to finish by 7:45, and it looks like we might be on time and be on vacation for a few days for the students and, of course, those of us that work for WISD. Up front there, as we continue on here in the second lap, I believe that is for Vela's Mario Salas. As we come to the final 100 meters of lap number 2. And there you'll get a good shot there. Young man from Vela, who is Salas. And right behind him, you got San Benito. That's Medina. So right now it is Salas and Medina, 1st and 2nd. In 3rd place, you have Weslaco's Sanchez. And then in fourth place, Edinburgh's Juan Garcia.
Yeah, it looks like Sanchez there is trying to make a move as we surpass the first turn of the third lap.
There's a beautiful shot right there. Nice clear sky. And as they continue on around, we're in lap number 3 of the mile relay. Those top 3 individuals right there, you have now starting to pull away. Mario Salas from Vela, from San Benito, Medina, and Sanchez from Weslaco High. Still within striking distance, everyone else, though. Like you said, Mike, they can come from behind in the mile. In fourth place, once again, that is Edinburgh's Garcia, Juan Garcia. And now making the move, the top qualifier is Jeremy Nino as we come to the final lap. Nino's still far behind this little pack, but he started to make a move earlier. Let's see if he continues that.
And we see Sanchez there now in second place, surpassing Medina. The Edinburgh Vela still holding on to the top spot.
Salas for Vela. Salas, Sanchez, Medina. And they're pulling away now, Mike. You do see Nino making a run for it here with 200, maybe 250 to go, 250 meters. But pulling away here now, it looks like, not by much, but he has the edge, is Salas. And Sanchez now kicking. Sanchez from Weslaco High, passing Salas. Sanchez in a battle, all-out sprint here from San Benito, coming on strong. Medina. Sanchez trying to win this one. Medina coming on strong, but it's going to be Sanchez. First place, Sanchez. Medina and Salas from Vela in third. And there's Nino in fourth place. Those are your top 4 qualifiers moving on to regional competition.
Great job there by Sanchez. Just staying with the pack there throughout the race and just positioning himself to finish strong and surpassing Salas, who led most of the way, Carlos, pretty much from the get-go. And but Sanchez just staying there with the pack and was there in third place for pretty much the first 3 laps of the race. And Joaquin Medina also right there gave it a good run there in the last lap. But
and I believe that's 10 points for Vela. I think you get 6 points for third and 4 points for fourth.
So they should pass Harlingen. Or, well, actually, Vela was already ahead, weren't they?
No, Harlingen was ahead.
Okay, so Harlingen took the lead, and so Vela fell behind. So now Vela will regain the lead.
Yep.
And so
going into the final race.
Correct.
And you'll see Sanchez, who came from behind there. He was fifth, or I don't want to say he was in spot number 5. Wasn't the top qualifier. He was actually the 5th qualifier. But like I said, you're trying to peak at the right time, and sometimes these qualifiers, you run your best race, at this particular point, which is what you want to do, and that's what Sanchez did to win the area championship.
And I know every runner has a certain strategy, and I mean they work closely with their head coach, and it's a combination of the time. I'm sure in my mind they have a certain time in their head of where they want to be, and then there's the competition that's in front of you or behind you. And in this case, Sanchez was able to just kind of put it all together, and it just kind of came in the last lap is where he really just took over the race there and surpassed Salas there to earn the gold medal.
All right, well, we still have another race left. We have the mile relay. They aren't lined up and ready to go, not yet anyway, so there's a little bit of a delay as I let the girls stretch out a little bit, and this might be just a courtesy because some of these girls that have been running in previous races given an opportunity to stretch out a little bit, rest up their legs for the mile relay, and they'll have the final call and they'll line them up, and that'll be the final race. Once again, Weslaco Lady Panthers looks like they're going to take home. Mathematically, they're already going to win the area championship, and it's a battle on the boys' side between Vela and Harlingen. And it looks like Vela has taken the lead over Harlingen, but by only a few points, so anything can happen here in the mile relay. on the boys' side. But we still have the girls first, and we'll go through those lane assignments here in a minute. But right now, they have not lined up yet.
And your regional qualifiers in the boys 1,600-meter run. In fourth place.
Got the results, Carlos, of the boys 1,600-meter run. We got Jeremy Nino in fourth place out of Edinburgh Vela. And in third place was Mario Salas, also out of Edinburgh Vela. So that's 21 points right there. And then in second place was Joaquin Medina out of San Benito. And your first place winner is the senior Antonio Sanchez with a time of 4:32.23. So Vela, with 21 points, regained the lead going into the final event with the 122 points, while Harlingen stays at 114. And Wesco High School now in third place with 102 points. And in fourth is Harlingen South with 90.
So they ended up with 20 points. Yeah.
And as we head into the
No.
final race of the evening,
Ended up with 10
I beg your pardon, 10 points. I was looking at the year. That's why I said 21. But, yeah, it's 10 points.
But now they're 20 points up ahead.
They are 8 points. Vela's 8 points ahead of Harlingen High School.
Oh, okay. They're 20 points ahead of Westlake. That's what I was
Correct.
looking at there.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I apologize there. I was looking at the year.
So, yeah, 8 points, Mike. So anything can happen here in this final mile relay with only 8-point difference between Vela and Harlingen. And we know Harlingen has a strong team of runners with all those freshmen. In fact, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll take a look at that. But let's set up the girls first as they get ready for the mile relay. And in lane 1 will be Edinburgh North.
Your point totals after the 16.
In lane 2 will be Edinburgh Economides. In lane 3, we'll have San Benito. In lane 4 will be Westlaco. They are the top qualifiers. In lane 5 will be Los Fresnos. In lane 6 will be Rivera. In lane 7 will be Hanna. And in lane 8 will be Westlaco East.
And leading the boys division,
Edinburgh North, we will have Stephanie Puente
122 points.
running first. Running second will be Ivana Ramos. Running third will be Frida Ramis Barasa. And running fourth will be Trinity Ochoa for Edinburgh North. Running for Economides in lane 2 will be Areli Ramirez in lane or the first leg. Second leg will be Jasmine Loredo. Running third will be Dianette Garcia. The anchor, Brianna Mitchell. Excuse me. For San Benito, we have Desiree Salcedo running first. Running second will be Calista Rivera. Running third will be Olga Vega. The anchor, Marisa Garza. That's for San Benito. For Westlaco, which is your top qualifier, Emma Arndt, the sophomore, is first. Running second will be Calissa Cavazos. She's a freshman. Running third will be Alexa Davila, another freshman. And Amity Ebarb, the sophomore, will be running anchor for Westlaco High School. For Los Fresnos, you got Brianna Alex. We've heard about her and talked about her. She's the hurdler. Running first. Running second will be Bryn Ibarra. Running third will be Luisa Cruz. And Yesmani Garcia will be the anchor for Los Fresnos. For Rivera, you have Leilani Cruz, who will be running first. Alexis Sayas will be running second. Kaylin Samano running third for Rivera. And Cristina Garza for Rivera is your anchor. For Hannah, Valerie Hernandez runs first. She's a freshman. You got 4 freshmen here, in fact, Mike. All of them. Russia Pyle will be running second. Aaliyah Castillo will be running third. And Aniel Agüero will be running fourth. All freshmen for Hannah. And for Westlaco East, you have Giovanna Elizondo running first. Running second will be Jenica Paz. Running third will be Felicia Salazar. And running fourth, Brandy Garcia. She'll be your anchor, and Jenica Paz is a freshman. We like to point out the freshman because it's quite an accomplishment whenever you are a freshman and sometimes even sophomores and you're playing a varsity sport. So recognition for the young freshmen on accomplishing this feat of just being on the team.
Well, yeah, Carlos.
Squad.
Yeah, that's something you rarely see, especially at this level at the area track meet, giving 4 freshmen the opportunity to compete in the area championship against some great talent across 31 and 32 6A there. So they're going to be in lane number 7, but that's going to be a team I guess, to keep an eye on. I mean, they must be that good and that talented to be where they're at. And I mean, then you got Weslaco in lane number 4, who are the favorites, and you have 2 sophomores and 2 freshmen. So that combination there is going to be fun to watch between now and the year 2021. And the record, Carlos, check this out, was 358.05, set by the great relay team of Weslaco High School back in 2015 by Eleanor Arndt, Alyssa De Leon, Stephanie Salceda, and Angela Villarreal.
Wow. What year was that again? 16?
That was in 2015.
15.
Yeah.
Arndt must have been a freshman on that team.
Yeah, so you had a combination of Eleanor Arndt, who, you're right, I was probably a freshman that year, and then you had Angela Villarreal, star basketball player, phenomenal athlete. Alyssa De Leon did some great things, and Stephanie Salceda. That's probably one of the best relay teams that's ever come out of Weslaco. Numerous records. It kind of seems like that relay team pops out when it comes to either district or area or even Jimmy Platt meets, and it just terrorized the competition in those days.
Absolutely. All right, so it's a slight pause before the finals coming up here. 1,600-meter relay. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to this event, watching this event. Also thank our athletic director, Mr. Oscar Yojas, the Big O.
The Big
O. He's
O.
also the meet director. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Priscilla Canales, for all that they do for the athletes, for KWES, and for putting this track meet together. So on behalf of them and everybody at WISD, thank you for tuning in. Final event coming up once again. The mile relay, one of the most exciting races in sports. You can watch basketball, you can watch football, but the mile relay is always very exciting.
Very, very exciting, Carlos. And we also like to mention Hugo De Leon, who's been hustling, giving us the results throughout the broadcast here. And I mean, when it comes to technology and when it comes to getting things done here at Weslaco ISD, we, I think, are among the best here. And Hugo De Leon over the years does a wonderful job of just putting it all together and giving it to us and allow us to read them out loud and give our viewers an opportunity to give the official results there. And also to Coach Alexandria Trevino, the swimming coach, who her swimmer, Daryl Wells, recently signed to swim at the next level in Odessa, I believe.
UT Permian Basin?
Right.
Which is in Odessa?
Yeah. I mean, probably the best swimmer that's ever come out of Weslaco High School, 3-time state qualifier.
3-time state qualifier, and from what I understand, no one had ever been to state before him.
We had one diver back in, I don't know if it was in 1986 or somewhere around there, but I think there's where, there's probably people out there that are probably thinking of the gentleman's name from that era, but there's a difference between a diver and a swimmer. It is, I guess you can say, the same sport. It kind of goes under the umbrella, but he was a diver, but Daryl was a first swimmer to qualify for state, and I think he did it in 3 events or something like that.
Well, he did it 3 years in a row.
Oh my goodness, that's just phenomenal. So Daryl has left a legacy at Weslaco High School for others underneath him to kind of look up to. When they look up in the board and they can say, I saw Daryl as a kid growing up. And I mean, that's just wonderful to have. And I know Brock Bloomquist also qualified for state. He did it in his senior year, had a phenomenal year. So Weslaco High School, just in the last few years, have had swimmers that have kind of put the program on the map. And that's just great to see. Everybody thinks of Weslaco, they think of track, and they think of football, and they think of softball, baseball. But now you can throw swimming into that hat now.
Final instructions from the meet officials for the girls as they get ready for the mile relay. Give them all their final instructions as they prepare for this event. And they do a good job, do the officials. There's not a lot of meet officials in the Rio Grande Valley, and that have all that experience to prepare the kids for what they can expect when they go on to regional and state. And so they travel across the Rio Grande Valley to officiate the meets. So we'd like to thank them as well for being here. All right, so Weslaco's Jenna Martinez. It looks like that's Jenna, but she's getting ready for her second leg, but she's not on our list here. There might have been a change because the teams I have are Emma Arndt, Calissa Cavazos, Alexa Davila, and Amity Ibar, but I think that was Jenna. Could be some changes. No, that's the beauty. You qualify as a team, and you can put anybody in that event later.
And sometimes, Carlos, it's just to give them that extra exposure for perhaps down the road or for next year, just to kind of give them that opportunity to participate. And on the other hand, maybe give one of his runners a rest. They probably were in the field events earlier too, and it's been a long day for them. And so it's a combination of all. I mean, realizing that the area championship is under your belt here. And pretty much now moving forward, it's just all about trying to finish with the best possible time and just take that extra momentum, that cherry on the top, into regionals.
Final event here at Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium. Girls 16-meter relay, or 16, the mile relay, I should call it. Girls followed by the boys. We'll talk about the boys coming up after this, and this will be a quick race. 4 minutes, 3 seconds is your top qualifier of Weslaco High School. All the athletes have done a phenomenal job. We had one false start earlier that I can recall, but everything has run smoothly. From the field events that you and I covered today, we saw some great competition from the Edinburgh schools, the Harlingen schools, who were here representing their high schools, and just great competition.
And what I really like, Carlos, is when you get compliments from some of these coaches that have maybe visited us in years past and are here again telling us, what a great job we do here in hosting the event all around, from giving the broadcast to even hosting it all around. I know you mentioned some of the names earlier, and I even had a chance to chat very briefly to Andrew Ott of Harlingen South, who qualified in the discus, and we've seen him over the years here participating and done very, very well. In fact, has some of the records here, I believe. I don't know if it's Jimmy Platt or Meet of Champions, but and told me, he enjoys coming to Weslaco to compete. I mean, just because of the facility we have and the scoreboard we have is just where we can expose all the athletes at Weslaco ISD and outside of Weslaco ISD, and just their loved ones with an opportunity to see it live, which not many can do. Mm-hmm. And it's just very warm and comforting, when you hear people outside of Weslaco ISD give us those kind of compliments, and we thank them for it.
Absolutely. We get the compliments, and people recognize our work. We did the swimming meet earlier this year. We did the district championship, and Los Fresnos went on and won that one. And so there was a lot of relaying that information out there that the meet was available on YouTube. So we got a lot of viewers for that. That was kind of cool. And I've heard from our own kids that they have relatives in Colorado and across the nation that have the opportunity to watch this meet. This is our final sporting event. Right. We're not doing the All-Star game this year. It's been moved to Brownsville. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to go to the All-Star game, it's usually held here at Bobby Lackey Stadium, but it's moved to Brownsville. So this will be our last sporting event. We will have Special Olympics coming up next week and some other events here at the stadium. Graduation coming up next month as well. But as far as these UIL events, this will be the final one of the 2019 season until football begins.
Right around the corner in August.
Yep.
Before you know it, you and I will be out there in the practices and meeting and greeting the players and the coaches and getting acquainted again and getting after it for football season.
Yep. Have some previews, have some scrimmages, and football season will get underway. All right. Well, we're still in the track season. It's still the 2019 season. School year hasn't ended yet. And here we go. Mile relay, girls. All right, so here we go. And they stay in their lanes for this entire first lap. And then they'll start to bunch in there as they can during the other 2 laps. But here we go. That's Hannah up ahead. They got the stagger lead. And they've done a good job of maintaining that stagger. That is Jenna Martinez there for Westlaco High. But Hannah right now in lane 8, trying to maintain that lead before the handoff. And a nice run there by Valerie Hernandez. Next, that's going to be Arndt. Emma Arndt now running for Westlaco High School. She was listed as the lead runner, but now she's the second leg. And Arndt trying to make up the space here, and now they'll cut in. And Arndt in that first lane, right up ahead in second place. Looks like in third, that could be Rivera in third place. And Los Fresnos right after that. But up ahead in first, Hannah, by a good 30 meters or so. Westlaco in second place. So Arndt has Westlaco in second place. Hannah's right there in first. And Arndt will hand this one off, it looks like. And she does. That's Calissa Cavazos running the second leg here for Westlaco High School and certainly making up the deficit for Hannah and trying to catch the runner up ahead for the Hannah Golden Lady Eagles, Aaliyah Castillo.
And here comes Los Fresnos, Carlos, making a move into third place and catching up to Westlaco there.
And there we go, Westlaco just taking the lead. Up ahead now as Calissa has put Cavazos. Calissa Cavazos has now put Westlaco in first place.
And then now we see Los Fresnos take over second place here. And trying to get that, I believe it's San Benito in fourth, trying to make a run for third. Brownsville Hannah still in third.
Nice job by the freshman from Westlaco. Put Westlaco in first place, and she's going to hand this one off. And who's going to get that? That's Amity. Amity Ebarb, the sophomore now running here for Westlaco, trying to extend the lead.
Oh.
And she's doing just that.
Yeah, adios. Goodbye.
Ebarb pulling away here for Westlaco.
Yeah, it looks like, Carlos, I would say about a good 20-meter lead here at least, and then still going there. But now we see
this is the third leg. Still have one more lap to go. At Ebarb up ahead, it's putting Westlaco in a nice position. She'll hand this one off to Alexa Davila, the other freshman on the squad.
We got still Los Fresnos in second there, and looks like Brownsville Hannah is back in third. It fell behind there a little bit.
That'll do it. That was actually the final one. I lost track there.
Yeah, I think we both did, Carlos. But Yeah, once Ebarb received that baton, she just took over the race.
Yeah,
you saw that gap.
It was the third leg. It was the third leg where Callista came in and gave Westlaco the lead. And Emma, when you gave it to Ebarb in the final leg, and there you see the group. First was Martinez, second was Arndt. Cavazos was third. She's the one that took the lead for Westlaco in that third leg, and Ebarb finished the race.
And I think the key, Carlos, was when Emma Arndt was able to make up some of that deficit, or you're talking about the stagger, Brownsville-Hanna with the early stagger, and it looked like Emma Arndt was able to make up that stagger on that first lap, and was able to pass a baton there to her teammate. And about the third lap is where we saw Westlaco High take over the race, and just never looked back there. And Edinburgh Economides right in the middle of the bunch there, also in San Benito. I think they also qualified there. But the cool thing about these kind of races, Carlos, that I like is obviously it was a 1,600-meter relay, so they had to run a whole lap. But as the girls were coming around that last circle there and running the last 100 meters, and I was watching the girls there waiting for the baton there, just kind of encouraging their teammates to, they were kind of jumping up and down, trying to encourage them, and that was pretty neat to watch.
All right, so here we go. Boys 400-meter relay. Lane 1 will be Edinburgh North. Lane 2 will be Rivera. Lane 3 will be Westlaco. Lane 4 will be Harlingen. Lane 5 will be Harlingen South. Lane 6, Edinburgh Villa. Lane 7, Los Fresnos. Lane 8 will be Donna North. Top qualifier, it looks like it is Harlingen, with a time of 3:24.21. And 4 freshmen here for Harlingen. Jazea Uribe, Manuel Conde, Eric Quilantan, and Cole Sweeney, all freshmen running for Harlingen.
So just like we talked about the Brownsville-Hanna runners a few races ago, now we're getting
They're
a
going
glimpse.
with the young guns.
We're going
Edinburgh
for the young
North
guns.
runners are Adolfo Huerta, running first. Running second will be Roel De Leon. Running third will be Gabriel Gonzalez. Running fourth will be Jacob Cavazos. For Rivera, running first will be Jesus Lucio. Running second will be Matthew Guerrero. Running third will be Gabriel Sanchez. Running fourth, Julian Tavares. For Westlaco, running first will be Manor Moran. First. Second will be Gabriel Gonzalez. Running third will be Daniel Banda. Running fourth will be Sebastian Flores. We went through Harlingen, all their freshmen, Uribe, Conde, Quilantan, and Sweeney. Harlingen South will have Randall Muro Lopez running first. Running second will be Sammy Ruiz. Running third will be Israel Villarreal. Running fourth will be Nidia Duran. Running sixth for Edinburgh Vela will be Eduardo Guzman. Running second will be Justin Cantu. Running third will be Aiden Salazar. Running fourth will be Rene Luna. And for Los Fresnos, running first will be Isaiah Muniz. Second leg, Angel Gonzalez. Third, Mark Garcia. And Jonathan Troncoso will be running fourth for Los Fresnos. For Donna North, William Perez runs first. Oscar Salas runs second. Rodrigo Rodriguez runs third. And Aziel Reyes runs fourth for the Chiefs.
Yeah, once again, Carlos, in lane number 4, Harlingen with 4 freshmen. We're just getting a sneak peek of what we'll be looking at for the next 4 years with that bunch. Just like what we saw with Brownsville-Hanna a few races ago. And the record, Carlos, was set back in 2014 with a time of 3:18.92 by Los Fresnos High School.
I'd like to say congratulations to the golf teams for Westlaco High School. It looks like they'll be playing next week in San Antonio Monday and Tuesday. Westlake East girls had an individual playing, and so do the Westlake High girls, that they have individuals playing over there. At Westlake High, the boys team will be moving on to regionals next Wednesday and Thursday. Just got that from Westlake East golf coach Israel Garcia. Sent that to me. Wanted me to pass that along. So congratulations to the girls team, the boys teams from Westlake East and Westlake High School. Moving on to regional competition.
Absolutely. We were talking about some of the sports earlier, and golf is another one, Carlos, where we've seen success both at Westlake High and at Westlake East. It's good to see that both schools are going to represent Westlake ISD at the next level, the regional round. We wish them luck. It's a great accomplishment, that's for sure. Have the results, Carlos, of the girls 4x400 meter relay. In fourth place was San Benito. In third place was Brownsville Hanna. Second place was Los Fresnos. And your first place winners with a time of 4:06.77 was Westlake High School. So congratulations. And with that being the last event for the girls, the final results for the team rankings are Westlake High School with 140 points. They're going to be your area champions for the 7th year in a row. Second place was Los Fresnos with 70 points. And third place was San Benito with 58. And fourth place was Brownsville Rivera with 52. So an impressive showing by Westlake High School girls and head coach Pablo Amaguet.
Absolutely. All right, so here we go. Mile relay, final competition, and a lot to look out for because Harlingen and Vela are still battling for the area championship team title. Just, 12 points, 10 points separate them. So opportunity for Harlingen to still come up in first place. Right now it is Vela leading the team competition.
They come into this contest, Carlos, with 122 points. Harlingen with 114. So a lot on the line here.
First lap, Los Fresnos in first place as they enter the final 50 meters of the race. Los Fresnos in lane 7. Vela right there in lane 6 in second place. Final race, mile relay, 1 lap done. Here we are now in lap number 2. A little battle there. One of the athletes for Westlake High School stumbles as he is tripped up by one of the other opponents. And that might be something they'll look at, Mike, after the race. But here we go. Harlingen with the lead here. Vela in second. Harlingen needs the points. And they're in first place now. South is right behind him. Vela falls back in third place. Harlingen coming up strong here, and Harlingen is looking to win this race with a 4 freshman, Mike. Here we are. This is number 3 here, and here's Eric Gilantan, who's now running for the Cardinals.
And despite the setback, Carlos, now you see Westlake High School in third place. The young man that stumbled and almost lost his balance fell down. They're still in it.
Absolutely. They're in third place right now. Are the Westlake Panthers. Daniel Banda now running here this third leg for the Panthers. Harlingen still up front. South in second. Westlake, and that's Vela now coming up strong in fourth place. Harlingen South, the Bird Bowl battle right here. The track version 1 and 2.
And Carlos, these are the two programs that were 1 and 1A in District 32 6A.
Right.
They shared the district championship. And so chances are this was the race that they ran in the district meet. Now they're going at it once again.
All right, Cole Sweeney now here for the Harlingen Cardinals. The anchor for the guys in red. Harlingen South right behind him. That's Nisha Duran running. And there's Westlake. Well, I saw Westlake right there in third, but they're now falling back and coming up ahead. I believe that's Rivera or maybe even Donna North here. They're all in black in third place.
Here we go, Carlos.
Cole Sweeney right now in first place for Harlingen. Harlingen still in first. South coming on strong, but it's Harlingen. Sweeney trying to take it. Sweeney, and it's Harlingen taking first. Harlingen South in second. And Weslaco with a dive there towards the end, trying to place there. Falling down to the ground at the finish line, Sebastian Flores for Weslaco, and he's up and he's all right.
Well, I'm glad to see that, actually. Wasn't sure if he took a serious fall there, but got right back up there. You see Coach Stroman help him up, and it was a great effort, though, despite.
Well, Harlingen's going to pick up 10 points. How far were they behind?
They were 8 points behind coming into the race. So
they're going to get 10. I don't know where Vela finished, though, because Vela will get some points if they finish in the top 6.
This is going to be interesting, because I wonder if, because of what happened in the middle of the race, if it's going to affect any of the totals at the end. So,
this is the type of they could be some protests. They might even come up into our booth and take a look at the
video
replay of that race. So let's watch the ending once again. This is Sweeney. Looks like he knows that he's going to win this race as he comes up the end. Takes a look at the scoreboard a couple of times.
See that smile on his face, sticking that tongue out and smelling that wind there, and comes out on top. And I told Coach. I beg your pardon. I told Joe Aguilar last week about the connection that the Sweeney family has to Weslaco originally.
Vela finishes in 6.
Oh, wow. So,
and 6 points, you get 1 point.
So if everything stands as it is, Harlingen's will be your area championships. But yeah, the Sweeney family, Carlos, goes back here to Weslaco. Then the family moved to Harlingen. And I remember in the late 80s, Scott Sweeney, a phenomenal athlete, was a star running back for the 89 Cardinals, teammate of head coach Manny Gomez.
Well, if our calculations are correct, Harlingen is going to win by 1 point, 124 to 123. They pick up 10 points. Vela only picks up 1 point. Vela had 122. They get 123. Harlingen had what? 114, add 10, 124. Yep. Harlingen's going to win the area championship by 1 point.
Wow.
If everything is in line with what we just saw out there. And they're going to do it. But there's going to be a delay before we announce the final winner, because I believe they're going to want to take a look up here in the booth, the replay, what happened with Weslaco in there. And if it affected Edinburgh Villa at all, it could affect the area championship, Mike.
And not only that, Carlos, it could affect on who qualifies at regionals as far as the 3rd place and the 4th place finishers. So a lot at stake there. And so it remains to be seen.
Yeah, we won't have the final official results until they take a look at the tape and see what happened, because there was a little bit of a stumble. I know one of the Weslaco kids stumbled, and it could have affected the whole pack. So you can see some officials down there on their phones. They're going to want to take a look at the video that we have up here and that we've provided for the track meet.
Yeah, they'll take a look at the replay.
Yeah.
Look at the whole race.
One thing we know for sure at Weslaco, Lady Panthers, first place, 7-time area champions. As they win another one, they'll get the trophy. And here come the final results.
Yeah,
are they going to make it final?
Here comes Hugo de Leon.
Is there a
here.
protest or no? We don't know. We don't know yet.
Yeah, they still don't know yet, Carlos. So
you can go ahead and announce that as unofficial, Mike.
Unofficially, what we have here is the top 4 winners are 4th place, Los Fresnos. 3rd place, Brownsville Rivera. 2nd place, Harlingen South. And first place with a time of 3:29.70 is Harlingen High School. And as far as the team rankings are concerned, they have Harlingen with 134 points, and they have Edinburgh Vela with 126, Harlingen South with 106, and Wesco High School with 104 is what we have right now unofficially.
Yep, unofficial. So we'll go ahead and stick around here for the final. We would like to let everybody know exactly what happened, as they're going to come up here. But we'll go ahead and keep it here. I know there's still some people that are watching this broadcast and would like to know the final results. So we'll go ahead and keep it here. Might be some protests, might be some talking back and forth. I think they're talking to some individuals down there. I see the Panthers are huddled in one little group, and so we'll see.
This is where the judges
Yeah. Well, you talk about the experience, and we talk about the officials that they have. There was only a handful of meet officials here in the Rio Grande Valley that'll go from one place to another, and there's only about 5 or 6 of them. So if you have more than 6 or 5 or 6 track meets, there's not enough officials to go around.
Right.
And so you got the 5A meets, you got the 4A meets, you got the 6A meets that are all taking place across the Rio Grande Valley. But this is where they earn their money. They know the rules, and
they have a lot of experience, as you mentioned, Carlos, a whole lot of experience, and have seen all kinds of races and situations, and this is where their expertise come in. And I mean, I know there's a rule book out there, and there's a lot of things that perhaps they may know, but this is where their knowledge really, really comes into effect. And so this will be interesting on what they rule. Don't know how much time it will take there. I mean, I know that they want to take their time because they want to get it right. They don't want to rush anything.
Yeah, and they're taking a look at the replay right now. They're upstairs. And so nothing is official yet. A lot is on the line. Area championship for Vela and Harlingen, because points. If there are any disqualifications,
right.
Points will be taken away.
And I saw the big Oscar Riojas making his way up here. And then now we see the assistant athletic director, Andres Cantu, also up here. And they have the walkie-talkies on them, communicating with the judges down there.
Well, we could actually see the replay here on our screen. So we'll get a chance to see. Now, how do we interpret this? It's hard to tell. Harlingen, they're all bunched up together. And this is the point of the race where they don't have to be in their lanes.
Right. They start kind of
in the second lap. Yeah, they start to merge towards the
first lane.
The first lane.
Which is where everybody will like to go. And you see there.
And Harlingen's right in the middle of it.
Harlingen's right in the middle of it, which is very important, which is key, because that affects where they finish. But, I mean, you got about 4 runners.
Okay. All right. Yeah, well, no one has actually seen it. We're actually able to see the replay, but no one else can see what's going on. You can't see it at home. Only we can see it.
Right. But what we can tell you, though, is that there's about 4 runners there kind of in the middle of all this.
Yeah, but we can't interpret this. We're not officials. So they're taking a look at that right now. So let's not even speculate at this point. Maybe if it was football or another sport where we had a little bit more knowledge, but how this translates into any type of disqualifications, we'll let the officials take care of that. But we can let you know that they are taking a look at this, as there was one of the Wesco athletes appears to have not fallen down, but stumbled in the middle of the race. So that's what they're taking a look at right now. So regional competition taking place up in San Antonio in a few weeks. This will be the final track meet. We got a chance to do the Jimmy Platt meet. We did the district meet. And we did the area meet. So it's been a lot of fun to do 3 track meets here at Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium. It's been fun, but this is our last meet, pretty much our last event as well. And so thanks to everybody. You can see the Lady Panthers are down in the field taking their team photo once again for their area championship. So the trophy presentation will come up here in a little bit. But right now, just a few more things that need to take place before we break for the night. We'd like to keep it here as long as possible so we can give you the final results on this meet, on this live coverage from KWES. Carlos Robledo, along with Mike Gonzalez. Still have baseball games and softball games that are coming up as well for those of you that are following us, the KWES crew and then Weslaco ISD. We've got some softball teams that will be in the playoffs. Weslaco High looks like they're, in second or third place in baseball as well. So still more sports. We also have our golf teams that now have qualified that we had talked about earlier. So still some sports still playing here towards the latter part of the school year.
Yeah, the baseball team and softball teams look like they're going to finish solid second place there. I know the softball team is finishing their season tonight. And then you have Weslaco East with a big game tonight against Edinburgh Vela.
East?
Weslaco East, correct.
Against Vela?
Against Edinburgh Vela, I believe. Or is it Economies?
I think it's Economies.
Okay.
It could be Vela.
Well,
I could be wrong.
Well,
either way, they need a win.
Nevertheless, the Lady Wildcats entered tonight with a one-game lead.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about softball.
Softball,
okay,
that is correct.
Okay, yeah.
That is correct. The Lady Wildcats come into tonight with a one-game lead over Edinburgh High School for the fourth spot in 31-6A. So Weslaco East basically just needs to win, and they secure that fourth spot. However, if the Lady Wildcats lose and Edinburgh High wins, and I believe they're playing Donna North, the season ends in a tie, we may have a play-in seeding for the fourth spot sometime next week. And as far as the baseball team is concerned, I talked to Coach Serna this morning, and he believes they will play Los Fresnos. He's pretty confident that they will play Los Fresnos in the by-district round, which is always fun. Always, it just feels like they play Los Fresnos, either a big game when they're both together in the same district, or in the first round of the playoffs in by-district rounds. A lot of history there between Coach Serna and Coach Rene Morales, an old friend of mine in Los Fresnos, who's had great teams over there over the years. And so that's going to be a fun matchup there if it is indeed Los Fresnos against Weslaco in baseball. And for Weslaco East, if it does finish the season in fourth place, they will play the top seed in 32-6A, which I'm not sure if it's San Benito or Harlingen South.
Yeah, that'll definitely make it interesting for the Weslaco Panthers in that next round of the playoffs. Plenty of talent on that baseball team. And softball team going to the playoffs. The Lady Wildcats also going to the playoffs. So still 3 teams in the playoffs.
Edinburgh Vela with 48. In fourth place, Rivera with 52. In third place, San Benito with 58 points. In second place, Los Fresnos with 70 points. And your winner in the girls division, area champions with 140 points, Weslaco.
Not even close. The Weslaco Lady Panthers with 140 points, coming up with another area championship. This is the 7th one in a row for Coach Pablo Almaguer. So congratulations to all those ladies. Fantastic job. You see them all with medals. They all contributed, and they are area champions. You see the number 7 right there. Back to back to back to back to back, Mike.
Last count, but but this is what it's all about, Carlos. We talk about the sacrifices they made, getting up early in the morning, 6 in the morning. You talked about throughout the broadcast, and this is where it all pays off right here. This moment right here, getting those medals, getting that trophy, that team trophy, and it's a special accomplishment. that means a lot to them, and the tradition lives on for another year. 7 in a row, area champions, 8 in a row in district, and just a terrific job by the girls and head coach Pablo Amaguer.
Yeah. That's not even the entire team. I think there's a couple of teams, runners and field event competitors that are missing. There's Billy Rivera, Jaime Cavazos in the front, Pablo Amaguer, and Coach Slazinski in the very back.
Oh,
Slazinski.
yeah. She's also part of the cross-country. She's an assistant also for the cross-country team. Had an awesome year also last fall. And something worth mentioning, Carlos.
Let's listen to the PA.
Okay.
And your winner in the boys 400-meter relay with
they're doing the replay.
3:29.70 Harlingen.
Okay, so they just made it official that Harlingen won the mile relay. So there was, I guess, some suspense as far as what was going to take place with that. So
but now it's official.
Now it's official. So now they'll do the point totals for the team. We'll go ahead and listen to the PA announcer.
In 6th place, Edinburgh with 24 points. In 5th place, Weslaco East with 29. In 4th place, Weslaco with 104. In 3rd place, Harlingen South with 106 points. And in 2nd place, Edinburgh Villa, 126. And your winners with a score of 134 points, the team from Harlingen.
All right, so congratulations to the Harlingen Cardinals. There are the Lady Panthers, who are your area champions, and they'll take their lap around one more time.
There they are.
There they go. Congratulations, Lady Panthers, taking the victory lap.
So we want to thank everybody for coming out to the area meet tonight. Congratulations.
All right, we'll go ahead and wrap it up once again. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this broadcast. 4-day weekend coming up for our students at WISD. Congratulations once again to Coach Pablo Amaguer. On behalf of Dr. Priscilla Canales, Superintendent of Schools, Oscar Riojas, Athletic Director, Mike Gonzalez, color commentary, and me, Carlos Robledo, your announcer for tonight. From everyone else at KWES, good night, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Gracias.